freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. ldtlaw.com.
This is 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News, Right All Along. On the radio, on your smart speaker, and online at rightallalong.net.
Airport. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, but it's still not easy for many Afghans who helped the U.S. in the war to get out. Shabar Sadawadzai tells Fox.
There is no even a good communication between the people in the U.S. armies. So they are totally stuck, even myself.
The Taliban's been hunting those Afghans, prompting some to delete Western contacts from their phones. U.S. troops are at that Kabul airport trying to get Americans out. We'll get an update today from President Biden, who has said the Taliban takeover was faster than anticipated.
But in an internal State Department memo, first reported by the Wall Street Journal and confirmed by Fox News, 24 officials at the Kabul embassy warned last month Secretary of State Blinken that the Afghan government would rapidly collapse as U.S. troops withdrew. Now, it's the clearest evidence that the administration was made aware the Taliban's takeover was imminent.
Fox's Griff Jenkins. A setback in court for President Biden at the border. A federal appeals court is refusing to delay a judge's order that the president reinstate a Trump policy, forcing migrants seeking asylum to wait in Mexico. Another state is imposing mandates in schools.
COVID-19 poses a threat to our kids, and our kids need to be protected.
Oregon Governor Kate Brown, a Democrat, requiring all teachers and staff be vaccinated, and everyone in schools must wear masks. In Florida and Texas, Republican governors banned schools from requiring masks, but a judge put that on hold in Texas, and there's a court case in Florida challenging that ban as well. 4 cops in Albuquerque, New Mexico in recovery. They were shot.
3 officers were shot and a 4th was injured by shrapnel responding to a robbery there. One of those officers is in critical condition this morning. 5 people right now are in custody.
Fox's Jackie Ibanez. America's listening to Fox News.
Grandpa Joe doesn't want voter ID, but Uncle Sam says we have to do a station ID. 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Off to a pretty clear start on the morning drive for your Friday. No problems out on the interstate or US 41. Really, the only crash I'm watching right now is in Lehigh Acres on West 9th Street and Pine Avenue. That's north of Lee Boulevard. Good news is no roadblock out there. Deputies just working on getting things cleared up. Meantime, you should have a quiet drive out on the bridges between the Cape and Fort Myers. Not seeing any problems on the Midpoint and Cape Coral Bridge, as well as the downtown 41 bridges, Caloosahatchee and Edison still looking clear. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another hot and humid day in the forecast as highs get back into the mid-90s this afternoon. That humidity is going to make it feel like we're in the triple digits, though, during peak heating. We'll see partly cloudy skies build into isolated thunderstorms, a few scattered along the coastline. Those will eventually push inland as the day moves on. We'll see those rain chances ramp up into the weekend on Saturday and Sunday before dropping into the middle of next week. Highs will be above average all the way throughout the upcoming work week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
True relief for back and neck pain.
Back or neck pain is not just unpleasant, it can be debilitating, preventing you from performing your daily routine and even confining you to bed. In decades past, patients suffering from spinal issues were often just given pain medication, spinal injections, and, when they did not heal, often underwent spinal surgery. Luckily, there is now another option, non-surgical spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we use an advanced technology to apply a completely safe unloading force to relieve nerve compression associated with bulging herniated discs, sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, neuropathy. This award-winning approach, safe for any age, has gained international praise from physicians for its success. Complete pain relief is achievable. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Island Air wants to send you to the islands.
Island Air is going to send you to the islands.
Island Air wants to send you to the islands.
Island Air wants to send you to the islands.
Island Air is going to send you to the islands.
Island Air wants to send you to the islands.
Island Air is going to send you to the islands.
You want to go to the islands? Call Island Air. Island Air wants to send you to the island.
Island Air wants to send you to the islands.
Island Air is going to send you to the islands. Matt here from Island Air of Southwest Florida with some great news. Do you want to go on a cruise or a luxury condo vacation? Well, now you can. Replace your AC today, go on a cruise tomorrow. Island Air wants to send you to the island. Call us today to find out more details on how to claim your voucher for a limited time. Call 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 057544.
The only thing worse than hiring no law firm after your injury is hiring the wrong law firm. When thousands of people call us every year asking to help them change law firms, I wonder why they ever call the other firm. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. We are big for a reason, which is why we've recovered over $9 billion for our clients. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E. Available at Navage.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. The talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com. The website, Steele has 3 E's. We do appreciate you going there and watching the program. And many of you subscribing to the podcast. Thank you so much for that. Drew Steele, just type it into your favorite podcast location, or you can go to DrewSteele.com. There's a link right there. The shows go up quickly thanks to Jake, our millennial, and he's working hard so that once the hour is up, you've got the hour in your hands or your ears or wherever it is you consume audio. I'm not really sure. You don't really consume it on your hands, but your ears. Yeah, so it's Friday. You can feel it. It's Jake Day. Jake is completely and utterly, like right now, as I looked at him, checked out. And so we know it's Friday, so that's a good thing, getting an early start on the weekend, feeling that. Not even he's waving at me as if anybody
see you next week.
Nobody can see. Yeah, see you next week. Boy, that is the truth, isn't it? You think I'm kidding? We don't have the extra camera here to be able to show you Jake right now, but I'm telling you, completely checked out. If you could see him the way he's wrapped up, just so you know, he looks like he's getting ready to try out for some kind of 1930s mummy movie. Well, what's going on with your outfit? You're like all wrapped like a mummy.
It's cold, just a little bit.
I get it. Yeah, it is a little chilly in here. But, hey, enough of us. Let's talk about us. Not this room, us, but everybody. Look, they knew. The Biden administration right now and everybody across the board, from the DOD to the State Department to the Joint Chiefs to everybody along the line, it is absolutely falling apart because they knew. They knew exactly what was going to happen in Afghanistan. They knew these leaked State Department memos, these documents have come out. They warned of the collapse of Afghanistan. And what does Anthony Blinken do? What does the Secretary of State do? And what does this president do about it? Absolutely nothing. Now, if you haven't heard about this, this is, again, one of these stories that if you were to hear during a different administration, I'll let you guess which administration it is. No, not that administration, because this is the Biden administration. I mean, why are we not calling it the Biden administration? I can make the case in just a minute. You hang tight, because I'm going to make the case to you that it is the Biden administration. You do have individuals that are here from previous administrations, not Trump, but Obama. And the fact that if this were to happen and all of these things were to transpire during a Trump administration, you can't even imagine the stories you're going to hear this morning in context. Think to yourself, what if this were the Trump administration doing this? If you were to ask that question with all the things that I'm about to tell you, you know what the answer would be. It would be impeachment. It would be resignations. It would be the demanding of change from the top on down, and they wouldn't stop until they get it. I mean, they didn't stop when they had a hoax going on. But 24 State Department officials at the U.S. Embassy warned of a potential collapse following the August 31st troop withdrawal. The Wall Street Journal had this story. A special dissent channel within the State Department. And that cable sent to one Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken. Remember the name Anthony Blinken, because just a second, you're going to hear something that's going to be like, oh, no, I see what Drew's talking about. And another top State Department official warned of rapid territorial gains by the Taliban and the subsequent collapse of Afghan security forces, and offered suggestions on how to speed up evacuation and mitigate the obvious crisis slated to ensue. Two people told the Wall Street Journal. Now, the first part of this is very simple. We still don't have an explanation of what we talked about yesterday from the National Pulse and the story about Secretary of State Anthony Blinken. There's that name again, putting a pause on that special evacuation unit formed by his predecessor. We talked about it yesterday. Why would you do that? Why would you have a Trump-era policy that was getting together to say, listen, we want contingency plans. We're going to put together a contingency plan. We have it. We're working on it. We're going to get this done so that we don't have a situation that we can imagine in our heads would be an awful situation of a withdrawal out of Afghanistan, only to find out that that's exactly what took place. But they had a plan. Why would the State Department decline not only to answer why Secretary of State Blinken put this quote-unquote pause on it, but also some other things that are going on, including how the warning was out there that they knew that this could take place. When you have a woke general who cares nothing more about the military, apparently, than making sure that we talk about transgenders and we talk about getting women into the service somehow, some way, no matter what it takes. We've got to get this thing happening. And oh, by the way, social justice and equity, diversity and inclusion. You know, all of these things, how the State Department mentioned just yesterday or the other day, see if I still have that audio, the State Department being concerned about inclusion. You know, we got to have inclusion. So busy dealing with that. And all of these things that we are hearing about. And the connections, again, with this one single person, the Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken. Hang it. Stay with me. So you got the woke generals who are not really, who are telling everybody 11 days. We had no idea. 11 days. What am I talking about? We had no idea that everything would fall apart so quickly. I mean, in just hours, that we would have this falling apart of Afghanistan and not being able to get our people out, which seems really odd because the French and Brits right now are doing just that. They're actually going and rescuing their citizens in Kabul. They're going out there, raids. They have elite tactical units of the French police that have made multiple trips into Kabul to rescue people sheltering in the French embassy and other locations. And somehow we can't do that. But stay with me, we're going to get to that. You'd think that if they would concentrate more on the task at hand and less on being so woke, that maybe we might have been more prepared for this, or not. And why do I say that? Well, what is going on with Secretary of State Anthony Blinken? You've been warned. You knew all of this was going down. Joe Biden talking about, hey, nobody knew. How did we know? We didn't know what was going to go on. I mean, these answers are not satisfactory because there are people that are there in D.C. who know the truth, who go back to words that the President of the United States have said in the past as a vice president, as someone who we described earlier in the week. And if you go to the podcast, you can listen again about how there was a connection with Joe Biden and the 1975 airlift out of Saigon. Oh, yes, there was. And if you go, like I said, back to the podcast, drewsteele.com, go to the website and you can hear that episode. It's eerie to find out the connection and the lack of care, not only of the airlifts out of Saigon in 1975 and those that were left behind by then Senator Joe Biden, but the lack of care, it feels like, and it seems, to the situation at hand right now and the tackling of this issue of a President Joe Biden. But on the heels of yesterday, where you have John Kirby, Pentagon spokesperson, being asked multiple times,
hey, how many American citizens remain in Afghanistan?
I don't know. He doesn't know. Being asked by Nora O'Donnell, the same question.
Exactly how many Americans are left behind in Afghanistan?
Well, Nora, the U.S. government doesn't actually know the precise answer to that question.
Has no idea. Nobody knows. Nobody knows a stinking thing. They know about being woke. Oh, they know about white rage. They certainly know about that, General Milley. You better believe it. And we got to keep an eye on that because really that's where we're going here. And on the heels of that, CNN, who has former CIA counterterrorism official Phil Mudd on, and they ask the question.
It worries me, but I don't know if it worries you, that Ned Price and no one can really give specific numbers. If they don't know the specific demographics of who they're flying out of there, exactly how many Americans, exactly how many special immigrant visa Afghans, how do they know how many are left behind? How do they know when the mission is complete?
And what does Phil Mudd say?
Boy, you're a little more polite than I would be. That was unacceptable. I'm not interested in hearing a U.S. government spokesperson talk about how unprecedented this is with other U.S. presidents and how other presidents didn't have to deal with this. I'm interested in understanding why we did only 2,000 people in 24 hours, how we increase that pace over the next 24 hours, what the total number it is that we want to get out, and how long that's going to take. That was pathetic. Explaining how well you're doing when they're American citizens who can't get to the airport, that guy needs some training fast.
Talking about Ned Price at the State Department. They knew, and they knew the whole time. And Secretary of State Anthony Blinken is leading the way. And I mentioned him twice. The story out of the National Pulse yesterday that we talked about. Secretary of State Blinken knowing that they had a crisis evacuation unit. Mike Pompeo set it up. Trump era, designed to make sure that a situation like this, a crisis and contingency response, would be in place so that this wouldn't happen. And they took it away. Anthony Blinken. And also Anthony Blinken, who was warned, 24 State Department officials warning him. How bad is Anthony Blinken? Who is Anthony Blinken? Where in the world did this guy come from? Well, it was at Zero Hedge where they had this story talking about this specifically and the knowledge that Anthony Blinken had ahead of time. But here's how bad it is. In 2014, in a Senate speech, John McCain knew that Anthony Blinken was so bad at the time because he was Obama's nominee for Secretary of State. And even John McCain knew.
Madam President, I rise to discuss my opposition to the
pending a vote concerning Mr. Tony Blinken, who is not only unqualified, but in fact, in my view, one of the worst selections of a very bad lot that this president has chosen.
It's the Biden administration. It's Biden administration. It's the holdovers from Barack Obama, 2014, Anthony Blinken as a Deputy Secretary of State nominee, going to be there, be part of all of this, ultimately to be Biden's Secretary of State. Do you see where we're going here? Incompetence all around. Or is it more? And again, you put it under the lens of, well, what would happen if this was the Trump administration? You know exactly what would happen. There would be impeachment calls. There would be resignations. There would be people leaving. There would be all kinds of chaos. And yet nobody's going to resign. I mean, have we heard any yet? Do you think that's going to happen? Do you think there's going to be any resignation? Nobody does that anymore. You never hear about resignations. Why? Well, for Democrats, it's all about politics. They don't want to look that. I mean, maybe one person will fall to take the fall for the president at this point, but I doubt it. I mean, we'll see. But they would never let Trump get away with this. And the other part of it is crucial as well. Don't tell us you didn't know. Don't tell us you had no idea. Don't tell us you just came out of the middle of nowhere. I mean, I don't even know how to be a Secretary of State. I don't even know. What is this? What is this beautiful building behind me? It's been marble. How nice is this building? I have never been to D.C. You know all about what's going on behind the scenes. How could you say you don't? And ultimately, decisions were made that put this country in a horrible state, in a horrible situation. Decisions that are made right now, that in the future, currently and in the future, put our men and women serving overseas, who I care about the most, our military, in an awful, horrible predicament. That's who you should care about. And then certainly the pathetic words that we are hearing about from the State Department, Ned Price, the military and woke generals. And does it even end? Does it get? It gets worse. So when we come back, there's more. What are the French and British saying, and what are they doing? What are people saying around the world? Now, I know we don't care about who cares what the world thinks. Well, this is a different kind of who cares what the world thinks. I mean, we got rid of the mean tweets. That is a really good thing. So we're going to get to that coming up. And are you telling me that according to the National Security Daily that goes out every day, and this according to Politico, in order to get out of the country now, you have to pay? That American passengers have to pay to get out of Afghanistan? Is that true, to get out of Afghanistan? Well, we're going to talk about that coming up. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We do appreciate you listening to the program or watching the program at drewsteele.com. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Island Air. High quality AC repair and installation. Online at islandairfl.com. Online at islandairefl.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
The recent stock market run-up may have a serious impact on your retirement. Fidelity says at the end of the last quarter, the average 401k balance had roared up to more than $129,000, 24% higher than last year. You may want to think twice before buying shares in companies operating out of China.
Securities and Exchange Commission Chair Gary Gensler is warning.
What you should know is that you don't own direct ownership in these companies.
Gensler tells Fox Business many are through a third-party arrangement in the Cayman Islands and they are not transparent. Gensler says the SEC is trying to make sure there is full and fair disclosure. Jenny Cosola, Fox News.
On Wall Street Thursday, the Dow closed down about 67 points, the S&P up by 6, the NASDAQ up 16. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jill Nato, invested in you.
The economy's up, unemployment is down, and home sales are on the rise again.
Hi, I'm Tom.
I'm Dick.
And I'm Harry.
And we're real estate agents.
Well, it looks like it's that time of year again, where every Tom, Dick, and Harry thinks they can sell real estate.
If you want a qualified and experienced team to sell your home, call the Morrison Renault team with United Real Estate Infinity. Call 239-246-7859. That's 239-246-7859.
Hey, this is Papa, reporting that we're still getting a lot of calls from homeowners who were told they needed a new re-roof after Irma. Most of these folks had a few broken tiles. They're obsolete. Our company has 2 warehouses filled with the older obsolete tiles that have never been used. If you think that you may not need a new re-roof, but only need to replace some obsolete tile, please call me for our free tile roof inspection. We may be able to repair and seal your roof to make it look new and beautiful, a lot cheaper than replacing the entire roof. If you call me for our free inspection, we'll place you on our proactive list, and in the event of another hurricane, you won't have to go searching for a contractor because we will automatically call you to see if you need assistance. Let me show you how we can clean and seal and protect your roof, pavers, and pool decks. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, call us at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7, and you can call us right now for a free tile roof inspection. License number CCC 1326213.
Listen, you've heard me talk about my friends at Pentair Water Solutions, right? Pelican Water is now Pentair Water Solutions, the pros. You've got water issues. We all have. You live in Southwest Florida. Of course you have an issue with your water, whether it's Wells City, you know you do. The chlorine, skin and hair drying out, and faucets and shower glass all over. You understand all of this. But there's something that you can do about it. It's a big difference with the Pentair water test. They use the same equipment as the EPA so that you can see the results. They print out right in front of you. You get a recommendation that you can trust. I'm telling you, they've got this handled. And it's for you and your family, and you know how important it is. You're going to love the Pentair factory direct price. Big difference. With Pentair, there's never any sales pressure. And it's so easy to find out what's in your home's water. So why not call now and find out? Get your free digital Pentair water test today. 239-880-7799. You're going to love the way your water tastes from every single faucet, and so is your family. Book online if you'd like at pentair.com/FortM. That's pentair.com/FortM.
This is Renee.
Happy to be here.
She's not some influencer. She's more of a groundbreaker, turning her 4-acre lot into a little slice of heaven behind the wheel of a John Deere 1 Series tractor. Renee runs with us because the most important job is the next one.
That's all I got.
Nothing runs like a Deere. Get a 1 Series tractor for just $99 per month at your John Deere dealer today. For additional cost information, please call toll-free 855-633-2315.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash out refi program and pay off high rate credit cards, car loans, or other high interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right, whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
It's Kaylee Kobe with your Kobe Coin Tip of the Day. I may only be a kid, but I'm smart enough to know not to fall for those cheap clean and check offers. I know you can't get a real AC mechanic for $30. Don't fall for the bait and switch ads. Your air conditioner would tell you to only use Nate certified mechanics for service, like my dad at Kobe Cooling, real service and real mechanics, not flake clean and tune salesmen. Call Kobe Cooling at 239-482-1542. Again, at 239-482-1542. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense, no pressure, We're the company your neighbors use. License CAC 057313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Stop. Don't purchase any diamonds, jewelry, or engagement rings until you come to Duncan's Diamonds. We are not your typical jewelry store. Here are a few reasons. Family owned. Stuart Duncan and his family have been involved in the wholesale diamond business for nearly a century. No middleman. We are direct diamond importers, offering prices 30 to 40% lower than the rest, passing all those savings to you. No pressure. We are not paid on commission. We are here to help you even if you do not purchase from us, and to make sure you are happy. The largest selection of diamonds and jewelry, access to millions of jewelry styles, and that is up to 30 times what you find in an ordinary jewelry store. Free services, like clean and check whether you purchased from us or not. Don't take our word from a radio ad. Visit Duncan's Diamonds. We will prove we will not be undersold anywhere, anytime, by anybody. Duncan's Diamonds.
US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Naples at Mercado.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News.
President Biden
Right.
speaks to the nation
All
this
along.
afternoon on Afghanistan and the evacuation of Americans and vulnerable Afghans. Meanwhile, word the Taliban is stepping up violence.
According to a retired Marine sergeant speaking to his interpreter from 2010 who is still trapped in country, Taliban fighters are reportedly going house to house in Afghanistan, hanging people who worked with the U.S.
Fox's Cliff Jenkins.
The violence not ending there. Several deaths are being reported after Taliban fighters opened fire into crowds of protesters celebrating Afghanistan's Independence Day.
A German citizen was shot on his way to Kabul airport. He is expected to survive. And Texas Democrats and their holdout to block a GOP voting bill after 38 days. They've returned to the state capitol. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News Traffic.
Good Friday morning, off to a crash-free and incident-free start across Southwest Florida. However, starting to see some volume building up on 75 and some of our busier spots right near Jones Loop Road, not too far from the Punta Gorda Airport in Charlotte County. Around Daniels Parkway, you'll see some volume building out there as well. And off of Daniels toward Treeline Avenue right now, just east of I-75, getting a little bit busier at that intersection as well. Farther south, the Lee-Collier County line, seeing delays build up there along 75. 41, not too bad right now. Pine Ridge Road starting to slow down, heading eastbound from Livingston Road all the way through Collier Boulevard. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another hot and humid day in the forecast as highs get back into the mid-90s this afternoon. That humidity is going to make it feel like we're in the triple digits, though, during peak heating. We'll see partly cloudy skies build into isolated thunderstorms, a few scattered along the coastline. Those will eventually push inland as the day moves on. We'll see those rain chances ramp up into the weekend on Saturday and Sunday before dropping into the middle of next week. Highs will be above average all the way throughout the upcoming work week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Lusk Drasites in Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk Drasites in Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk Drasites in Talisano. ldtlaw.com.
We're always looking the future straight in the eye. At FPL, we're planning, preparing, and investing in clean energy. Because Florida deserves an energy future we can depend on. See how at fpl.com/value.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Sales desk, Marty speaking.
All right, let's see here. Paying more for trades? F. No high pressure sales tactics. F minus. Yikes.
What is this?
Oh, hey, Marty, just looking over your report card here.
What is this and who?
From your customers. Doesn't look good, buddy.
Give me a break, pal, okay?
Well, during Victory Lane Chevrolet's back to school sales event, everyone gets an A+ in savings, trade-in values, and credit approval.
And, grades don't mean anything, all right?
Judging by your empty showroom, I beg to differ. Marty, report to the principal's office for a meeting with your parents.
Get back to school savings at Victory Lane Chevrolet. Plus $500 cash back for school supplies. And teachers get an additional $1,000 off any vehicle in stock. And our goal, 100% credit approval.
Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com. Offers on select in-stock models with approved credit and cannot be combined. Dealer retains all rebates. Must present teacher ID for offer. See dealer for complete details. Expires 8/31/21.
Great news, Southwest Florida. Matt and Justin here with Island Air.
Over the past year and a half, we know that many people have sacrificed their vacations.
We know that replacing your air conditioning system is a stressful purchase. Usually it's something that you didn't plan on, very inconvenient, always seems to happen at the worst time, and we were trying to find a way to ease that burden.
Decisions. Do I buy an air conditioner? Do I take a vacation? For a limited time, Island Air is offering you both in one package.
Call Island Air and get that outdated system replaced, and included with your purchase, you will get a vacation voucher of your choosing.
It's your choice with a qualified purchase of a cruise or condo resort voucher. You can choose 4,500 different resort options, 106 countries around the world.
A vacation can be yours with the purchase of a new air conditioning system. Call us today to find out more details on how to claim your voucher for a limited time. Call 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 057544.
Goodbye, pests. I'll see you later. I called National Exterminators for just $46. They get all rodents and bugs. 23946 no bug.
Call the boys and National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Goodbye, pests. I'll see you later. I called National Exterminators for just $46. They get all rodents and bugs. 23946 no bug.
Call the boys and National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Have you heard them yet? Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, today at noon, right after Glenn Beck. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Oh, was that not working over the air? Oh, nothing? I'm sorry. All right. I don't know what happened there. I'm having all kinds of issues here. Well, that was, all right, the State Department who was being asked about, hey, we checking on the COVID issue there as well when it comes to those that are coming here and packing these planes in the country and in Afghanistan and making their way here. And yeah, the answer is nope, we haven't, we're not checking. So we're not even, we're not doing anything like that. All right, that's, yeah. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. You can go there and watch. You can also subscribe to the podcast there at drewsteele.com. So coming up, we're going to talk a little bit more about some of what Governor DeSantis yesterday said. You know, here we go again. One of the big things that everybody wants to talk about is mask mandates. We got to focus on that or focus on anything else that we can and stay away from Afghanistan because everybody knows what it is and what it means to Democrats. So we're going to get to that coming up in just a second. Byron Donalds yesterday, in case you missed it, had a couple of things to say when he heard about not just what the president said in his words to George Stephanopoulos, but also about the military and his thoughts on what he thought when he heard the Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin and General Milley and the State Department and what a mess there and his thoughts.
Look, I'm gonna for Milley and the Secretary of Defense, you know, the Secretary of State Blinken. I mean, these guys, in my view, have had poor judgment on this entire situation, this entire year, even going back to how we pulled out of Bagram. But the one thing we don't really know, and you can't, they will not answer this question, Drew, because the one thing about you know, career guys and people who are agency heads and secretaries, they're not going to overstep the president. Yeah. Joe Biden has to answer hard questions about what his advisors told him. What did he decide to do? When did he make these decisions? Why did he make these decisions? Why did he abandon Bagram Airfield? Only Joe Biden can answer those questions. So you're throwing these guys out like the National Security Advisor, Jake Sullivan. He's standing up there with marbles in his mouth and can't answer a straight question because the commander-in-chief refuses to answer questions publicly. So that's why this thing looks like a complete and utter disaster, because the person in charge won't actually stand up and answer questions.
Yeah, well, that's true. And, you know, how prescient that he would bring that up, talking about how incompetent everybody else is and what they knew and didn't know on the heels of the news that we had this morning, that they did know that you have Secretary of State Blinken now, 23 U.S. Embassy staffers, all Americans, warning of a potential collapse before the 31st troop withdrawal deadline. And Anthony Blinken just kind of sitting there and saying, yeah, not so much. When it comes to rapid response, some kind of crisis rapid response that we could have, that the Trump era policies were there to help us in a case like this. And Anthony Blinken says, yeah, nothing to see here. Which is just because, and many people have said this to me, if we're going to be honest, you've got a holdover from the Obama administration, somebody that we brought up earlier that John McCain even said, yeah, this is a bad idea back in 2014, somebody who's incompetent, unless it's not that they're incompetent, but unless they have an agenda, unless they've always had an agenda that's quite different than what you and I would believe should be the case, especially with Afghanistan and how we take care of issues across the globe when it comes to our forces, keeping 2,500 non-military personnel there to make sure we can keep up the upkeep on military planes there in Afghanistan, that the Afghan military would be able to continue to do this. The idea that in 17 months, not one American death there in Afghanistan, that it's not a war, and that there was a way to keep everything at bay, keep the status quo at the least in Afghanistan. And now we have quite the disaster on our hands. And to what degree, how far, forget about Secretary of State Blinken for a second, forget about this president, because Democrats are going to look at this as a political issue, right? Everything is all about politics. For Nancy Pelosi, all she cares about is the
bowl of doggy doo.
Yeah, okay. No, well, that's true. But all she cares about is what's the next political angle that we can shoot for so that we could have power within the government and everything stays the same. How do we do this? What do we do along the southern border to just kind of talk a big talk, but at the same time have millions of illegals coming across the border because, hey, they might vote for somebody that we know? How far will they go and what will they say to go against a former president, to put things out there with the help of bureaucracies within the government, the IRS, the FBI, the CIA, to see to it that there is damage to a party and a president that could be detrimental to the safety and security of the country. But you know what? We got the fundamental change that has to happen. I mean, they wouldn't say things like that now. Like when you find out, for example, this morning, that we have Americans that are stuck behind enemy lines, if you will, on the other side of the Kabul airport, that are there in communities and in streets and in areas outside of the city. They knew that there was going to be a collapse. You have Americans outside the gates, figuring out your own way to get to the airport through the Taliban. Because we're not going to help you? I mean, nobody would do that, right? That would be a ridiculous statement for anybody to make right now, right? We're finding out that the British are going out right now and extracting their citizens in Kabul. They're bringing them back. The French are going out with elite tactical units. I'm looking at pictures of them right now. Multiple trips into Kabul to rescue people. And somehow the greatest military on the face of the planet can't figure out a way to do this. It would be outrageous if there were, I don't know, I'm going to come up with the most crazy, outrageous comment that I could possibly think of. What would it be? I mean, this would be, I shouldn't even say it, because to put this even as a thought in your mind would be an awful, awful thing. But you know what? Well, let's just take the extreme. It would be really awful if, let's just say, a Democrat who would serve as a member of the House Armed Services Committee would make the suggestion that we're not coming to get you. That if you're on the other side of the walls of the airport, good luck, because we have no business going there to get you. I mean, nothing would be further from crazy, right? You wouldn't even suggest it.
Breaking news. A bombshell.
This just in. Hey, here's one.
Well, first of all, I think my colleague, with whom I have enormous respect, is absolutely wrong. We're going to send American troops into the heart and into the suburbs and into the streets of Kabul to extract people. It makes no sense whatsoever.
That's on CNN. That is a Democrat member of the House Armed Services Committee, John Garamendi of California. Imagine California. How could you even believe that California would be like that?
I'm really offended personally.
Why are you? What? Okay, anyway. Well, hold on a second, Drew. Wait a second. There's got to be another part of that clip. You clipped that in the wrong place. You're making this sound really bad. I mean, you just told me that the French and the British are going out to get their citizens and bringing them to safety, to the airport. Like, they're not leaving them behind. You got it wrong. No way would a Democrat suggest that we should leave them behind and it's you're on your own. Like, nobody would say that, so you deceptively clipped his statement. No, I didn't.
We do control the airport. We should continue to do that as long as it takes to extract as many people as possible. But to provide safe passage from parts of a huge city, no way. Not sensible.
Not sensible. No way. It's not sensible to go get our citizens in a situation like this or any other. Start to have Benghazi running around your head? Is that starting to feel like...
I'm really offended personally.
I didn't even say anything! Okay, well, it's, Hillary. I mean, what difference does it make? Again, this is something that it feels almost like Democrats don't have a problem doing this. Now, it's not every Democrat. No, Drew, don't go there. It's not every Democrat who's thinking like this guy is. How is it that a Democrat who's a member of the House Armed Services Committee goes on to CNN and says this. Listen, if you're stranded, you're an American in Afghanistan and you're stranded there, good luck, pal. You're on your own. Sorry, we had no idea this was going to happen. And we've asked the Taliban politely to please, come on, guys. Not only should you be inclusive, but you'll give us safe passage, right? I mean, we can trust you, right? We can trust you. While the British and the French go out and do it. And somehow we don't have this individual being called out, this remarkable statement being made, condemned in every way, shape, and form by everybody, including CNN, MSNBC, and all of them, local, state, and national media. You should be calling this person out as an outrageous statement, but you're not hearing that. We can't even come together on that. I mean, I heard that and I couldn't believe it. So what we are seeing is quite the crisis that is taking place. They knew, this administration, that this was going to happen. They lied about not knowing and not realizing. The president saying this, I mean, it's a lie, right? I mean, if you've been told by 23 different staffers, Americans across the globe, in all different places, State Department officials, 24 of them that are like, listen, you can't do this. We know what's going on. You can't. And the Secretary of State's like, will we see resignations? Will we hear more from the president about this? And look, if elections have consequences, we see them. If 22 is around the corner and we're trying to save the day, it can't come fast enough. If there was ever a reason to get out en masse in 22, it's over all of this and then some. But how outrageous a statement right there. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching. We also appreciate you listening to the podcast. Thank you so much, everybody who has been subscribing. Please do that. You can type in Drew Steele in any of your favorite podcast locations, or you can go to drewsteele.com. There's a link. I don't know why I did that sound effect. That was weird. And you can get there quickly. It was like a quick sound effect. Or just something stuck in my teeth. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along. Oh, hey, traffic? Cool. All right. Let's find out what's going on. Therese O'Shea has it.
Good Friday morning, off to a crash-free and incident-free start across Southwest Florida. However, starting to see some volume building up on 75 and some of our busier spots right near Jones Loop Road, not too far from the Punta Gorda Airport in Charlotte County. Around Daniels Parkway, you'll see some volume building out there as well. And off of Daniels toward Treeline Avenue right now, just east of I-75, getting a little bit busier at that intersection as well. Farther south, the Lee-Collier County line, seeing delays build up there along 75. 41, not too bad right now. Pine Ridge Road starting to slow down, heading eastbound from Livingston Road all the way through Collier Boulevard. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
And good morning, Southwest Florida. Temperatures return to the mid-90s today. Another hot and humid day in the forecast with scattered thunderstorms forming in the afternoon. Those will be on the lower side later today, but we'll see those rain chances ramp up into the weekend with partly cloudy skies making way to thunderstorms for both Saturday and Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
People sometimes may wonder why they need a big law firm after their injury. Imagine you're on your way to work and then bam, your whole life changes. You're injured and now you have to fight for justice. Your opponent is not the driver of the car that hit you. It's their insurance company. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
At Lamps Plus, we believe your home should be a celebration of you. As the nation's largest lighting retailer, Lamps Plus offers an incredible selection of lighting, furniture, and home decor that are sure to bring out your unique style. We help customers just like you every day beautify their indoor and outdoor spaces, and at the flip of a switch, see their home in a whole new light. Because if you can dream it, you should have it. There are infinite possibilities to bring your home to life at Lamps Plus, including custom order on-demand pieces that match your personal taste and color preference. Select from over 50,000 styles from top designer brands, including Uttermost, with a huge assortment of table lamps, floor lamps, chandeliers, and mirrors to add elegance and style to any room in your home. And now, Lamps Plus offers free shipping on all orders. Yep, free. For up to 50% off selected designs, go to lampsplus.com/Fox News now. That's lampsplus.com/Fox News for up to 50% off. Shop Lamps Plus and let yourself shine.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. We're on the phone with our good friend TJ Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And listen, TJ, we know that when you're calling, something big is going on, something special is happening at Floor Meisters. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the almost 1 million square feet of CoreTech inventory on hand. Talk about that.
Yes, I have the biggest selection in Southwest Florida, and I also probably have the biggest stock of CoreTech. Got almost 1 million square feet. I'm ordering it every day to keep up with demand and to make sure it's here, ready to go when you need it. I've got trucks rolling in every day. I'm buying for 3 to 4 to 5 months out to make sure you've got it. If you got a contractor who needs some floor and they can't get it, come see me. We probably have it here.
So when it comes to CoreTech, listen, you know where to go. The selection's unbelievable at Floor Meisters. And if you're a homeowner, contractor, installer, and you can't find what you're looking for, now's the time to visit their store at 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco, or online at floormeisters.com.
If you've considered remodeling with the help of a good handyman or remodeler, consider reimagining your space instead with the help of a professional designer from Closet Factory. Our best designers, the ones with black belts in interior design and PhDs in bringing fuzzy ideas to sparkling reality, so your new closet or office looks how you dreamed it would and works even better. Because creating a space that's organized, intelligent, and beautiful starts with a design that's all that, from a designer that's all that. At Closet Factory, that's how we build it.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
It's undersave America, and they get picked up. But it's disgraceful when you think that you have killers and muggers and dictators and some horrible dictators and countries, and they're all on. But the President of the United States, who had hundreds of millions of people, by the way, he gets taken off. And as you know, we have a major lawsuit going. We filed it in Florida, and I think it's going to be very successful.
We're going to see. There's the former president of the United States, Donald Trump, on with Newsmax yesterday, being asked about how is it that the Taliban gets to have their own Twitter account. Everything is fine. They can keep feeding Twitter. But the former president off, and he's like, look, it's a disgrace. And he's right. How does that continue? How does it continue? And it's situations like that where more and more people realize what big tech is and isn't, what they do, how they censor. I mean, one thing that I think we can all agree on before we go to break is this. Man, I'll tell you what, since Donald Trump became president of the United States, how much has come out and how much have we opened our eyes to realize what certain bureaucracies are like, how they will treat American citizens, how big tech and others do things against you and I, conservatives, Republicans, people who care and love the country. I mean, now we're hearing about our 250th birthday, and in Virginia, they're just going to have a commemoration, not a celebration. Wait till you find out why.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Matt and Justin here with Island Air with some great news for all of Southwest Florida. When the time comes to replace your old, outdated air conditioning system, you don't have to pull from any of your fund money to do so.
Over the past year and a half, we know that many people have sacrificed their vacations.
Now, for a limited time, we are including a vacation voucher with the purchase of your new home air conditioning system. Redeemable for cruises and luxury condos in many countries around the world.
It's your choice with a qualified purchase of a cruise or condo resort voucher. You can choose 4,500 different resort options, 106 countries around the world.
Please take the opportunity to let Island Air take you to the islands or many other places around the world.
A vacation can be yours with the purchase of a new air conditioning system. Call us today to find out more details on how to claim your voucher. Just give us a call, 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 057544.
Goodbye, pest. I'll see you later. I called National Exterminators. For just $46, they get all rodents and bugs. 23946, no bug.
Call the boys and National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Goodbye, pest. I'll see you later. I called National Exterminators. For just $46, they get all rodents and bugs. 23946, no bug.
Call the boys and National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Even the left speaker sounds right when you're listening to 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News. Right all along.
Taliban torture. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Amnesty International reports militants overran a village in Afghanistan, torturing and killing members of an ethnic community. As thousands still crowd outside an airport trying to flee the country, Fox's Jill Nato.
As refugees ring the international airport at Kabul and Taliban fighters try to break up the crowds with gunfire, Pentagon spokesman John Kirby tells Fox,
"We want to get as many people out of Kabul as we can in as little amount of time as we can."
Now, we'll hear from President Biden on the situation later today. There was a warning from the State Department diplomats in Kabul last month about a potential collapse of the Afghan government and U.S. troop withdrawal. Republican Senator Tom Cotton tells Fox,
"Our government can't even say how many American citizens we have. What's going to stop Joe Biden from rolling up things and flying out on August 31st with thousands of American citizens left behind?"
There were another 138,000 COVID cases in the U.S. yesterday and over 3,000 deaths the past 3 days combined. San Francisco joins New York and New Orleans today, requiring proof of COVID vaccine to go to restaurants, theaters, or other indoor activities. In Texas, a setback in the governor's attempt to ban school mask mandates. Fox's Tanya J. Powers has an update live.
Well, Dave, mask mandates in Texas schools will be allowed to stand after a ruling by the Texas Supreme Court. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton and Governor Greg Abbott had wanted the state Supreme Court to overrule a judge's temporary restraining order. Now, here's what all that means. Some school districts in Texas have been putting their own mask mandates in place in opposition to Governor Abbott's ban on them. The court has now cleared the way for those districts to enact their own mask rules. Dave.
Tanya, several Florida school districts have also defied Republican Governor Ron DeSantis by imposing mask mandates, and a challenge to the governor's ban will be heard in court next week. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Keeping an eye on a crash right now on Alligator Alley, heading eastbound at mile marker 99, just about a mile to the east of the toll plaza on the alley. Still pretty empty on Alligator Alley right now, so we're not seeing much in the way of delays because of that crash, but FHP is warning of some debris in the roadway from that crash, so just watch out for a little bit of that if it's part of your morning commute. Otherwise, we are crash and incident-free across Lee County right now. No problems across Charlotte, heading up 75 and 41. Our bridge is running at about 2 to 3 minutes in each direction across the Peace River and the Caloosahatchee. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another hot and humid day in the forecast as highs get back into the mid-90s this afternoon. That humidity is going to make it feel like we're in the triple digits, though, during peak heating. We'll see partly cloudy skies build into isolated thunderstorms, a few scattered along the coastline. Those will eventually push inland as the day moves on. We'll see those rain chances ramp up into the weekend on Saturday and Sunday before dropping into the middle of next week. Highs will be above average all the way throughout the upcoming work week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
No matter where you want to listen, you'll be all set when you stream 92.5 Fox News live at rightallalong.net.
What makes Genesis of Naples the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation? It's our incredible selection and professional sales staff. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples. When I drive my beautiful new 2021 Genesis GV80 around town, the first thing everyone says to me is, "What is that beautiful SUV?" I tell them it's the all-new first ever SUV from Genesis. Then they usually ask, "How much does it cost?" I know it's hard to believe, but it starts at just $49,500 and the fully equipped Prestige for just over $70,000. It has an amazing interior and breathtaking design and your choice of turbo engines and rear and all-wheel drive, but that's not all. We have a huge selection of the all-new 2021 Genesis G80s and G90s. Come visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road or genesisofnaples.com. I love my GV80 and you'll love it too.
All offers with approved credit on select models based on January 2021 retail sales. 72 months at $0 per month for 1,000 finance. No down payment required.
Celebrate your accomplishments with a previously enjoyed Rolex watch from Duncan's Diamonds. From sporty to dress models.
Hi, I'm Stuart Duncan, and here at Duncan's Diamonds, we have the finest previously enjoyed Rolexes available.
We make the process easy, beginning with the guidance of our expert consultants.
Why buy a new Rolex at full price when you can buy the exact same watch, only a few years older, certified, fixed up, refurbished with a 2-year warranty? And our knowledgeable staff will make your experience as memorable as your timepiece. Come to Duncan's Diamonds today and leave confident. You will receive the highest quality at the best possible prices. We will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and you can count on that.
Duncan's Diamonds. Come celebrate with the Rolex of your dreams. Naples at Mercado, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Fort Myers on US 41. Find your own one-of-a-kind jewelry.
When it's hot, the last thing you want is your home's AC to quit on you. At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, our team of comfort specialists take the frustration out of the equation. From simple repairs to more complex fixes, we'll get you cool and comfortable quickly. Call 855-1-HOUR for $50 off your repair or visit onehourair.com and keep your cool. Beer.
Always on time or you don't pay time.
Terms and conditions may apply. Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
You've been waiting for an event like this, and it's finally here in Florida. The Regional Used Car Reduction, exclusively at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. This Thursday through Sunday, buyers must be found immediately for over 600 certified vehicles, off-lease vehicles, and local trades. A huge variety of pre-owned Nissans, Fords, Hondas, Chevys, Toyotas, and more. Finance a vehicle today with no down payment, with payments starting at $149 a month. Zero down, $149 a month. Trade in your vehicle for record high values. Get a personal offer for your car when you click SutherlandBuysIt.com. Sell outright or trade for one of our 600 vehicles. And through Sunday, buy with zero down. Payments as low as $149 a month. Hurry to the Regional Used Car Reduction at Florida's #1 Nissan dealer. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car mega store. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. In studio with us, Dr. Michael P. Varveris. You can find Dr. Varveris online at mddocv.com. Talk to us a little bit, well, like Salt and Pepper sang, let's talk about sex, baby. But specifically, Dr. Varveris, talk to us about what you do for men and hormones.
Well, first off, hormones move around in the blood, but they work in the tissues. So what really matters is the tissue level and not the blood level. Now, when you're taking testosterone, whether it's a tablet or an injection or a cream or a pellet, the blood level is pretty much worthless. Most doctors don't understand this, and patients end up getting horribly overdosed. When patients overdose, the extra testosterone is converted to estrogen. Estrogen levels increase. Also, quite often, the red blood cell count increases. Doctors commonly will add a drug to block the estrogen or recommend phlebotomies to remove the excess blood. So if you're a man on testosterone and your doctor is measuring blood levels or putting you on a drug to block estrogen or recommending phlebotomies, you really do need to see me.
Visit him online today, mddocv.com. Again, that's mddocv.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. Thank you so much for watching on the website and also subscribing to the podcast. drewsteele.com has a link. You can go there directly to subscribe, or you can just go to your favorite podcast location. Just type in Drew Steele. So is the Biden administration telling people in Afghanistan, listen, you got to get out of there, right? But, oh, hey, by the way, if you're heading out, you're going to have to pay for evacuation flights? No, that's got to be a joke, right?
Not a joke.
That's not a joke. All right, we're going to talk about that coming up in just a second. And also, I have to get to this quickly. Hey, do you want 8,472 reasons or the 800, excuse me, let me rephrase that. Let me give you the 8,472nd reason why we need to have cameras in schools. Cameras in schools, everybody, we just have to do it. We got to have cameras and microphones in school. And I talked to a couple of people yesterday. And once again, quickly, I'm just telling you, 22 legislative session here in the state. I'm going to be pushing for it. We're going to make it happen for a lot of different reasons. Number one, I'm concerned about CRT in schools being taught, and you are as well. Diversity, equity, inclusion, concerned about social justice, concerned about the wokeness. I mean, no, if a general does it, that doesn't mean we should all do it, because you see what happens when you have a lot of wokeness in your life, like a general like Millie, and what kind of things could happen when you're too busy concentrating on being woke and not enough maybe on American history or military or strategery. Isn't that what George Bush said one time? It's strategery. No, that's actually, that was a Saturday Night Live skit, right? Wasn't that when there was a big joke about George Bush using the word strategery? Wasn't it Will Ferrell who was impersonating George Bush who said strategery, but he didn't actually say it? It was a Saturday Night Live joke, and everybody ran with it, and it just got hyped to the point where they made it sound, or did he? I don't remember. You have no idea what I'm talking about.
I don't remember either.
Well, I don't expect you to know anything because it's Friday, it's Jake Day, and you've been checked out since you got here 2 hours ago. But anyway, we don't want the wokeness in schools. We'd like to see if it's happening. We certainly don't want to protect kids from being bullied. Everyone, right? I mean, doesn't make a difference how you identify. It doesn't make a difference what race, creed. It doesn't matter, right? We don't want anybody bullied. And look, if we could see with cameras and hear with microphones, then, boy, we could really call that out and stop it from happening, almost like a deterrent. So that sounds good. And then you've got some really crazy teachers out there. Hey, there's a teacher in Lehigh, Utah, who feels like, maybe Trump wasn't the best president in the world and didn't have a problem saying it to her students. Did you hear this?
I hate Donald Trump. I'm going to say it. I don't care what y'all think. Trump sucks. He's a sexual predator. He's a literal moron. Go tattle on me to the freaking admins. They don't give a crap.
Go ahead. Tell the admins. They don't care. Go ahead. Tell anybody. See, the only way you find out about this is because there was a child in the classroom with a cell phone camera and was able to do this. I know, Drew, you don't understand. They can do that now in the state of Florida, right? So what's you don't need to have cameras in schools or microphones. I mean, kids can bring out their cell phones and do it anytime they want. Really? Do you think if they're trying to learn, there's a lesson going on, and do you really want your kids fumbling about or trying to grab a phone to do something like this? Wouldn't it just be better to already have it established there? So there's that. How would you even know? How would you ever know that was happening in your school unless you had cameras and microphones? How this one teacher in Utah just doesn't like the parents either.
Most of y'all parents are dumber than you. I'm going to say that out loud. My parents are freaking dumb. Okay? And the minute I figured that out, the world opens up.
Yeah, the world opens up. I don't even want to play that much more. By the way, what are you laughing at? Do you think she's right? No. But this is the kind of wokeness. I can't hear you, by the way. Your microphone was.
I'm keeping my. I don't want to say.
Okay, that's good for you. Good for you. Good call. This is the kind of wokeness that's in your schools that you don't get to see. Is that part of wokeness? Is that what that's? I mean, well, certainly you'd want to know if your kids were being talked to this way by a teacher, wouldn't you? And you certainly don't want your child having to worry about the next time they need to grab their phone to capture a moment like this, and maybe there's many, because you do want them concentrating on a lesson. Of course, if that lesson had a lot of this in it, boy, that would be distracting too. More reasons. I'm just giving you the reasons. I'm not stopping with this. We're going right to the top. I'm going right to the governor with this, and we're going to try to make this happen. But again, oh yeah, I was just going to say, again, you'd be surprised the things that are happening in places like Utah. Look, you might think living there for a year, I'm just telling you, you might think that Utah, certain areas of the country are heavy red. How could you have teachers or people that are like this? Salt Lake City is a very, very, very liberal place. They used to call it San Francisco East. And it's true. And it just penetrates and goes out from there. And the more people want to escape places like California and get away from congressmen who honestly and truly believe that the only way to get out of Afghanistan right now is to do it on your own, because they don't feel like there's any reason why anyone should be out there getting you.
Well, first of all, I think my colleague, with whom I have enormous respect, is absolutely wrong. We're going to send American troops into the heart and into the suburbs and into the streets of Kabul to extract people. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, that's the thinking of Democrats in California, apparently, because it's a California Democrat who's on the House Armed Services Committee who has no problem saying that to CNN. Yeah, we're not going to come get you. Yeah, we're not doing it, although the French and the English are doing it. And then we find out that you have to pay? Even though U.S. officials tell NatSec Daily and others that evacuation flights from Kabul will be free, people trying to catch a plane in the Afghan capital say differently. One person said State Department staff were seeking large payments up to $2,000 from American passengers and even more from non-U.S. citizens. What? Is this true? That they're trying to get paid to leave? The form required, by the way, the Daily Caller looked into this too, and others, Daily Wire, looking at this form that I just read off to you, requires users to select, I understand and wish to continue with this request for the following two questions. Repatriation flights are not free. All passengers will need to reimburse the U.S. government for the flight, a promissory note for the full cost, $2,000 a person, and loan repayment. While my passport will not be canceled, U.S. citizens who have signed a loan agreement for repatriation may not be eligible for a new passport until the loan is repaid. Are you kidding me? No, we're not kidding. That's what this administration is doing right now. So on top of being feckless, trying to claim that they don't know how this possibly could have happened when they knew this could happen. The evidence out there now of that. You're telling us that you're going to have to pay to leak. Can you imagine the kind of talk that would happen if this was the Trump administration and President Trump asking for people to pay to leave Afghanistan? What kind of crazy we would have in this country right now? You could probably fill in the blank. All right, when we come back, a little more on this. Also, a couple of other stories that I wanted to touch on with the issues of masking and the CDC and some of the latest. The CDC director, Walensky, is saying that the benefits of COVID vaccination are now diminishing and that there's a severe risk of an increased risk of severe illness for previously vaccinated. So what exactly is happening? What's the latest on that? Well, we'll talk about that coming up and some of the concerns there. And now the idea of a booster, more and more coming our way. So we keep an eye on that story, more on Afghanistan, and your calls, 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. Heading out right now through Daniels Parkway westbound. Major backups out there because of a crash near Treeline Avenue. We have westbound roadblock and injuries reported out there. So expect some delays. You could take Colonial to get around it coming out of the Gateway in Lehigh Acres area right now toward Fort Myers. We also have a disabled vehicle blocking an eastbound left lane along Colonial at the intersection of Metro Parkway. Busy stretch through Fort Myers right now. Not too bad if you're getting ready to head out along 75. No major problems out there except for one minor crash off to the side of eastbound Alligator Alley, mile marker 99. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
And good morning, Southwest Florida. Temperatures return to the mid-90s today. Another hot and humid day in the forecast with scattered thunderstorms forming in the afternoon. Those will be on the lower side later today, but we'll see those rain chances ramp up into the weekend with partly cloudy skies making way to thunderstorms for both Saturday and Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
Hey, this is Papa with Casey, Carrie, and Cody. And as most of you know, when Irma hit in September of 2017, thousands of people tried unsuccessfully to call a roofing company. But all the roofers were so overwhelmed, they could not handle or even answer those calls. Now here we are, 4 years later, and many of those same people are still waiting to have their roofs repaired. So we are implementing our proactive list. If you want to be on our list, call me for our free tile inspection. Once we inspect your roof, you will be on the proactive list. If or when the next storm hits, you will have no need to call any roofer because we will be calling you automatically to see if you need help. We can offer emergency repairs and tarp service or whatever your roof requires. Call Papa now for our free tile inspection, 945-2700. We believe it's wise to be proactive and it costs you nothing to join our list. Call Papa for our free tile inspection at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. License number CCC 1326213.
County Commissioner Kevin Ruane is fighting to protect our water quality. The Army Corps of Engineers has announced their new plan for the management of Lake Okeechobee, which will result in even more harmful discharges into the Caloosahatchee River. Kevin Ruane says no. Kevin is fighting against this plan, which protects the East Coast while harming our local waterways. He's leading the charge for modifications to balance flows to both coasts and to utilize the additional storage capacity in Lake Okeechobee now that $2 billion of repairs have been made to the Herbert Hoover Dike. Kevin Ruane knows that we should not bear the brunt of the effects from discharges while the East Coast gets none. He understands that if this plan is not modified, it will affect the quality of life, our real estate values, and our economy. We can't afford another water crisis. This is about more than just water quality. It's about our community, our children, our grandchildren, and our economy. We can count on County Commissioner Kevin Ruane to fight for us. Sponsored by Friends of Kevin Ruane, 1375 Jackson Street, number 202, Fort Myers, Florida, 33901.
Locksmith, their showroom in North Naples, and Andrew is the owner. He is a fantastic guy. Get a chance to talk to him. He's a former police officer and an expert on home security. Maybe you have some needs like a safe, a Liberty safe. They are the only Liberty safe dealer in Collier County. And I don't know if you know, but A Locksmith is the oldest locksmith in Collier County and comes with a stellar reputation for professional quality and service. Their staff licensed, bonded, and insured and available, and 100% satisfaction is always guaranteed. Their employees are great. No contractors. They have all their employees there, and they are always professional, on time, serving Collier and Southern Lee counties. So if you're looking for your next Liberty safe, you want to go to A Locksmith. They have two Naples showroom, one in North Naples, across from Mercado, and one in the city of Naples, just north of Mooring Line Drive on US 41. Or if you want to find out more, visit alocksmithnaples.com.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, let's take a couple of calls right now. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Let's see. Allison's in Fort Myers. Hey, Allison.
Hey.
Oh, is she there? Wait, hold on a second. Jake's got to bring the fader up. All right, go ahead. Sorry, Allison, how are you?
I'm good.
Right.
I have to disagree with you about the cameras in the classroom.
Yeah.
Because all they'll do is then use it for anybody who speaks up against what they're talking about. if a teacher will say, oh, yeah, you have a good point or whatever, and it's not showing whatever line they're doing, or if they have a child who's in the classroom who speaks up against it, that's them going, oh, well, we have to watch out for that person.
Well, I'm okay with that. I'm all right with seeing it all. I mean, both sides of it. Well, think about it. So what you're suggesting is that the cameras would be a bad thing because if a child is in the classroom and they speak out against something that they're saying and the way they're presenting it, that's what we're trying to do. We want to recognize that something's happening. And if the child is being disruptive in the class, we can see that as well. We can make it known that we don't want the kids to be disruptive in the class if they hear something that they don't like. But certainly, you do want the teacher you want them to know that we're watching, and the students realize it as well. Look, not many students are going to chime in. That's the thing, Allison. Not many students are going to say anything. Not many students want to do and be chastised by a teacher or anything like that. They just want to learn. They just want to get through their class, and so I might take a different tack to that. So I don't know that I would be so concerned about that.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
And
okay, well, thanks for the call. All right. JR is in Fort Myers, and JR just heard that, $2,000 for those Americans who want to fly out of Kabul and get out of there right now. That's what the government is asking for. Your thoughts on that, JR?
Yeah, good morning and happy Jake Day, by the way.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
I'd like to kind of pick this apart a little bit. It's $2,000 for the Americans and more for others.
That's what the reporting is right now. It says that it's going to be $2,000, and let me pull that story up. I believe, I don't know where it went. Look at this. But go ahead.
So $2,000 for Americans that are over there to get out. Now, let's look at this. I'm going to Hawaii in October, and I'm flying first class with a bunk, so you can sleep and stuff. And it's not costing me that much round trip. And this is just for a quick lift out of Afghanistan to a friendly place so they can get a real flight home.
Well, it's inflation. No, hold on, JR. It's inflation. Okay. Don't you know they got inflation in Afghanistan too? That's what it is. What's the matter with you, JR? Come on now.
No. You're wrong, Drew. Listen, this is what it is. This is a Democratic pot donation. It's to build up the Democratic Party.
No. Just wondering. It's worse than that, JR. It's not even about the money. It's about exactly what is happening, and how dare you make demands on people like this when they're trying to escape with their lives, and you're asking them.
Especially our own countrymen. I served in the military 32 years, and this stuff is tearing me up.
I know, and JR, that's something that I talked about earlier, and I think that this is such an important aspect to this. We're half joking about the idea that American citizens, in order to repatriate, these repatriation flights, not free. How dare they do this? And obviously the debacle that is this administration and the military and what has taken place. But the bottom line here is about our men and women that are serving. I'm concerned, like you're concerned, that this ultimately opens up safety issues that we couldn't even imagine right now with regard to all over the globe what our men and women serving could possibly be going through in the future. That's where I'm looking and concerned, and I know you are as well.
I'm linked arms with you, brother.
All right. I appreciate you. 239-479-5592. Repatriation flights are not free, and passengers will be required to sign a promissory note loan agreement that may not be eligible to renew their U.S. passports until the loan is repaid. That's what the administration said in a security alert issued on Saturday. $2,000 or more per person. 22 and 24 can't come soon enough.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
I'm Harvey Massey. Think about this for a moment. Pest control involves applying pesticides inside your home, whether needed or not. At Massey Services, we just don't do that. We prevent pests from getting inside your home so we won't have to control them later. Why settle for pest control when you can trust Massey's pest prevention? It's guaranteed or your money back. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Every day in business is a big day.
Whatever your day brings, Comcast Business can help you handle it with reliable gig speeds and advanced cybersecurity solutions. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary. Call for details.
Who will help you get there? You've spent years working, taking care of your kids, saving money, and now you're nearing retirement. Or maybe you're already retired. Now it's your turn. You get to decide where to go next. Will your retirement include travel? Do you have a guide to help you get there? Bob Grace has helped hundreds of families create their retirement roadmap. Don't let financial limitations take you off course in retirement. Bob wants you to have the retirement you've worked so hard for. Come in and meet with Bob and his team. They'll help you create a retirement roadmap that's tailored to your lifestyle and long-term financial goals. Call today at 239-249-8888 and schedule a visit. 239-249-8888 or visit retirewithgrace.com. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Matt and Justin here with Island Air with some great news for all of Southwest Florida. When the time comes to replace your old, outdated air conditioning system, you don't have to pull from any of your fund money to do so.
Over the past year and a half, we know that many people have sacrificed their vacations.
Now, for a limited time, we are including a vacation voucher with the purchase of your new home air conditioning system. Redeemable for cruises and luxury condos in many countries around the world.
It's your choice with a qualified purchase of a cruise or condo resort voucher. You can choose 4,500 different resort options, 106 countries around the world.
Please take the opportunity to let Island Air take you to the islands or many other places around the world.
A vacation can be yours with the purchase of a new air conditioning system. Call us today to find out more details on how to claim your voucher. Just give us a call, 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 057544.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. Germany sending choppers to Kabul to rescue its citizens after revealing one was shot on his way to Kabul airport. President Biden speaking on the situation in the country this afternoon.
What's angering bipartisan lawmakers here in Capitol Hill, and that is, so what's the plan to further increase these evacuations? And yet we know they don't even know how many are trying to get out.
Fox's Griff Jenkins. The Texas House back in business after some Democrats end a walkout over voting restrictions.
A majority of the Democrats are still avoiding the Texas Capitol, but those who have returned, according to Republican House Speaker Dade Phelan, may be enough to reach a quorum. The protest was over voting changes that seek to enact restrictions some say would disproportionately affect minority voters.
Fox's Gernal Scott. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Heading out right now through Daniels Parkway westbound. Major backups out there because of a crash near Treeline Avenue. We have westbound roadblock and injuries reported out there. So expect some delays. You could take Colonial to get around it coming out of the Gateway and Lehigh Acres area right now toward Fort Myers. We also have a disabled vehicle blocking an eastbound left lane along Colonial at the intersection of Metro Parkway. Busy stretch through Fort Myers right now. Not too bad if you're getting ready to head out along 75. No major problems out there except for one minor crash off to the side of eastbound Alligator Alley, mile marker 99. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another hot and humid day in the forecast as highs get back into the mid-90s this afternoon. That humidity is going to make it feel like we're in the triple digits, though, during peak heating. We'll see partly cloudy skies build into isolated thunderstorms, a few scattered along the coastline. Those will eventually push inland as the day moves on. We'll see those rain chances ramp up into the weekend on Saturday and Sunday before dropping into the middle of next week. Highs will be above average all the way throughout the upcoming work week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
With the Capital One Saver Card, you earn unlimited 4% cash back on dining out or in, 4% back on entertainment or on popular streaming. And now, 3% back at grocery stores so you can make the cake that makes her day.
Happy birthday to you.
So earn unlimited cash back for going out or staying in with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
For many men, divorce brings a bewildering sense of loss. You feel adrift, isolated, like you're the only person in the world. But the good news is, you're not alone. Cordell & Cordell can help guide you through all aspects of divorce. Let us be there for you.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and by appointment only in Dadeland. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Look and feel your best with Dr. Patrick Flaherty, hosted by me, Gina Birch. Want to hear the latest from an expert? Tune in Saturday at 10 a.m. and hear all the latest innovations in non-surgical, surgical, and lifestyle ideas to help you look and feel your best. Dr. Patrick Flaherty is known for his faces, the fabulous Azul Spa, and now you get your hour with this doctor every Saturday at 10 a.m. Dr. Patrick Flaherty's show is Look and Feel Your Best, hosted by me, Gina Birch. Tune in this Saturday at 10 a.m. and hear how to look and feel your best.
Window World is a family-owned business, and we really mean family. And with a family-owned business, you get a business that is looking to treat everyone right. We live in this community. We want to take care of our friends and neighbors.
With our family-owned business, we are backed by a company that believes in top-quality products at the best price available. That way, more people can afford energy-saving windows and doors, as well as top-quality, hurricane-rated, high-impact windows that also offer you some increased security to your home.
And being backed by our parent company, we're going to be around for a long time. The guarantee Window World offers is the absolute best guarantee you are ever going to find in a window replacement company. If anything goes wrong with your new windows, Window World, that's us, and Window World Corporate will stand behind it and get it fixed.
No high pressure, no sitting in your home for hours trying to get you to make a decision right away, but simply good business to our friends and neighbors. And when we're through installing your new windows, we'll stand behind those windows with the best guarantee in the window replacement business. See for yourself. Window World, simply the best for less.
Really? Selling your home? Whether you need to move because of work, moving up, or downsizing, there's a ton of stuff to worry about when selling your home. Asking too much or too little? What about home inspections, paperwork, negotiating? There's only one thing to do. Call the listing realtors that know it all. The Morrison Renault team with United Real Estate Infinity. Call 239-246-7859. They handled it all. That's 239-246-7859.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Stay right, 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. Love to hear from you this morning. A lot of people are calling, so we're going to get to your calls. It's a Jake Day Friday, which means that, Jake is checked out. He's been checked out for about 2.5 hours, and so that doesn't mean that it's a special day to call or anything like that. It doesn't mean anything. But if you want to call, we'd love to hear from you. Maybe you want to talk about mask mandates or vaccines or Afghanistan or the Biden administration or whatever you want to talk about. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. You can go there to watch the program live, or you can subscribe to the podcast. Either way, we do appreciate it. Hey, wait a minute, some good news. I've got a good news report here for you. Are you ready? Good news. Last hour we were talking about, and I was moaning about, and I was concerned about, and I was mad about, and you were mad about the story that came out yesterday that many people were reporting on about the fact that the Biden administration was charging U.S. citizens $2,000 for evacuation flights out of Afghanistan. This is what the report said. Politico had it. A lot of people have been covering it. We talked about it last hour. Well, guess what? According to the New York Post, under pressure, the State Department has decided to scrap this plan to bill the Kabul evacuees $2,000 for flights. State Department was forced to scrap it. The hefty price tag drew social media outrage. And this is really good from State Department spokesman Ned Price, who's very inclusive and wants the Taliban to be as well. It's his own words. It's very important, to be woke these days. Quote, in these unique circumstances, we have no intention of seeking any reimbursement from those fleeing Afghanistan. Yeah, really? Well, why did you do it to begin with? Hey, does anybody have any questions about that? Like, are we allowed to ask that? I love how people do things, put it out there, and then when they know that they're caught, it's very Clinton-esque. It's that kind of idea that you didn't have relations with that girl until you got caught having relations with that girl, and then it was like, I'm relations, okay, whatever. But hey, Trump. I'm not saying that Clinton did that back in the day, but you never know behind the scenes what they were thinking. But the point is that you shouldn't have done that to begin with. That should not have been something that you would even imagine in your wildest dreams to put out there while people are trying to escape with their lives. But there you go. So a little bit of good news. So you should feel good on this Friday. That is some great news out of the State Department. I mean, let's hope it's not getting any worse for the State Department than that. Well, it's getting a little worse out of the State Department. Some of what was said yesterday. I mean, I guess at least the State Department, and I know that Ned Price mentioned about the Taliban and being inclusive, and how they're kind of demanding it, and the world is watching, and the Taliban really wants to be more like the world. They quake when they hear European countries and the United States saying things like, listen, you're just not woke enough. You're not being inclusive. It's almost like the Taliban is going through an existential crisis. That's the words of the president. We're going to get to that in just a second. That's really odd, really. It's not like the State Department is doubling or tripling down on woke, because this is a really bad time to be woke right now. I'm just saying. Knowing what we know about General Milley and what we're hearing out of the military and some of the videos and the audio that we heard out of recruitment and, this idea of intersectionality and identification, your gender identification and everything else, it's probably a really bad time to kind of lean into that. Oh, look at this.
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
This just in, the Deputy Secretary of State's got a message.
Yesterday, the Taliban held a press conference where they claimed they intend to allow women to work and study, but only within what they called their, quote, frameworks. The United States and the international community will be vigilant in monitoring how any future government in Afghanistan ensures the rights and freedoms that women and girls in that country have come to expect.
Hey, listen, can you be vigilant about getting Americans out of the country first? Can you focus on that? Can you maybe focus on how we're going to secure certain areas of the globe with our men and women serving who are now in more danger than they've ever been before, thanks to what has happened here in Afghanistan and especially on the world stage where people are watching and we don't care about what's happening on the world stage. Well, we care when our allies are looking at us and saying things like, yeah, we're not really sure we can trust you guys anymore. That's not my words. That is something that has been discussed on numerous occasions. And I could give you an example of it right now from MSNBC, and it was a reporter that Katie Kay, who reports out of the UK about what is going on with global issues, and she says,
and I think for those of us who believe that the world is better off when America is strong and healthy and engaged, to see the level of incompetence that we saw in the very first stages of this operation was really worrying, because if they got that so wrong, what else might they get wrong around the world? And those are the kinds of questions and conversations I'm having with diplomats, some of whom actually had already been questioning the national security team of this White House.
So please do us a favor. When you have people reporting about our allies who are questioning us and this administration and what we're doing, and you're saying
the United States and the international community will be vigilant in monitoring how any future government in Afghanistan ensures the rights and freedoms that women and girls in that country.
Okay, just put a pause on it. Yeah, that's fine. Don't focus on it now. It's a really bad time to double down on this. Like, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Well, we know what they're thinking. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. You can go there to watch the program and subscribe to the podcast. Ned Price at the State Department, some other things that he talked about. What about how capable we are to handle what's happening at the airport and even getting Americans out of there?
On that, and you say you're doing everything you can, but also yesterday, Defense Secretary Austin said the United States does not have the capacity to extend the operations into Kabul and help people get to the airport. Are you considering seeking help on this from any other country who may have better reach on the ground? Or are you just going to leave this to the people who are trying to get to the airport?
Humaira, what I would say is that no country has more capability inside of Afghanistan than the United States.
People might be questioning that at this moment, that statement, and even globally about what this administration, look, it doesn't bring anybody any joy to sit here and say these things. Nobody is happy about this. You know, we half joke about stuff because if we didn't laugh just a little bit, it would be pretty miserable considering what is happening and unfolding in front of our eyes and the things that we are witnessing and how somehow a media and half the country still thinks that Joe Biden was the right choice for president of the United States and an Biden administration. And I'll say it again, because when you have Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, who even John McCain in 2014 on the Senate floor was concerned about his nomination for Deputy Secretary of State as being somebody who was dangerous and shouldn't be there in the position. In 2014, who was the president of the United States, and how all of these people seem to roll back onto the scene, the Biden administration. Nobody is sitting here feeling good about all of this when we know what the consequences are. And we know the consequences are, as MSNBC and KDK was talking about the world stage, our allies who are looking at us and saying, I don't know if I trust this administration. I'm not feeling too good about this president and what he is doing. When you have MPs on the floor of Parliament condemning the president of the United States for these moves and for what he's doing. And again, well, we don't care what the rest of the world thinks. We kind of care what our allies think out loud, because I'm pretty sure they're concerned about their safety and security as well, knowing full well that a strong military and a solid foundation in this country will ensure that the world will be safe, that we're it, and they know it. Everybody knows it. We are the last beacon of hope on this globe, and y'all know it. I said y'all. Did I just say y'all know it? I was talking to, not you watching or listening. I'm talking about people in Europe, because it's a known fact that now most people in France and the UK say y'all. It's a Florida thing. Look, they love Governor DeSantis. That's the thing. It's they want to be Floridians. Here, come close to the camera. Come close here. Come close. I know Jake's looking. Come close. Come here. If you really want to know the truth, globally, everybody wants to be Florida. Jake, come here. Come here. The camera can see. Come here. Come here. Come here.
I'm here.
No, come to
the
come
in the room.
Yes, come to the room. Come on. Let me get away from. Go ahead. Go ahead. Step to the camera. Everybody wants to be like Florida, right?
Yeah.
Do you need any more than Jake to tell you? Just saying. 239-479-5592. All right, let's do it right now. Time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Caller number 5. Look, I know you're sitting there and you're ready and you've been waiting to play Drew's College all week long. It's the Friday edition. It is the Jake the Millennial checking out Jake Day edition of Drew's College. Who knows what kind of fun and frolic is on the way? Well, I don't know until you call. So 5th caller right now, 239-479-5592. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic, there's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. Heading out right now through Daniels Parkway westbound. Major backups out there because of a crash near Treeline Avenue. We have westbound roadblock and injuries reported out there. So expect some delays. You could take Colonial to get around it coming out of the Gateway and Lehigh Acres area right now toward Fort Myers. We also have a disabled vehicle blocking an eastbound left lane along Colonial at the intersection of Metro Parkway. Busy stretch through Fort Myers right now. Not too bad if you're getting ready to head out along 75. No major problems out there except for one minor crash off to the side of eastbound Alligator Alley, mile marker 99. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
And good morning, Southwest Florida. Temperatures return to the mid-90s today. Another hot and humid day in the forecast with scattered thunderstorms forming in the afternoon. Those will be on the lower side later today, but we'll see those rain chances ramp up into the weekend with partly cloudy skies making way to thunderstorms for both Saturday and Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Ty Lassiter here, managing partner and CEO of Key City Capital. I think we can all admit that our origin has a lot of importance in what we will become. Many of you didn't originate from Florida, but you have come here and that choice has altered your path for the rest of your life, especially how much taxes you pay if you came here from the Northeast. So what is Key City Capital's origin? Why did we choose to move to Southwest Florida? Our mission is to connect capital to wealth through passive real estate and alternative investments. Very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors. For over 10 years, we have never missed a monthly interest payment to our partners, and we have never lost a penny of our investors' capital. That is history you can build and rely on.
If you're looking for significant returns from real estate and alternative investments, call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Hello, folks. This is Representative Bob Rommel. Unfortunately, this week's Florida Fact is a grim reminder of the high cost of valor and sacrifice. 147. That's how many servicemen and women from Florida gave their lives in Afghanistan over the last 20 years. For what? America is being embarrassed on the world stage. Innocent lives are being lost. Freedoms are being destroyed. The commitments President Trump demanded as a condition for departure have not been enforced by Joe Biden. And Joe Biden said it wouldn't be another Saigon. In a way, he was right, because it's been much worse. I couldn't believe my ears when Joe Biden said we are now relying on the Taliban for safe passage of Americans left behind. Unbelievable. Let's honor the 147 Floridians who gave their lives by demanding Joe Biden's immediate resignation. Florida, we know what freedom is and how to fight for it. Let's keep it that way. Paid by Bob Rommel, Republican for State Representative.
Great news, Southwest Florida. The best trade-in deal ever is back at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of what brand it is or where you bought it from, Naples Nissan will give you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. That's right, folks. Aaron Walker here. Hey, whatever the car you're driving now was worth when it was brand new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only at Naples Nissan. Oh, and by the way, while inventory may seem short elsewhere, that's definitely not the case for us over here on Pine Ridge Road. We've got over 300 new Nissan models to choose from, including over 100 all-new, completely redesigned Rogue models. Get full offer details and pick out the new Nissan you want to drive home today at naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's see. Let's go to Matt. Let's go to Matt in Fort Myers. Hey, Matt.
Good morning, Drew. How you doing today,
I'm doing
buddy?
fine, sir. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree question, sir. Starts right now. Hey, Matt, currently as we speak, who is the worst American president in our history?
Build it back better, Joe Biden.
That is correct, sir. What a weird way to start. What, you can't... Jake, okay, I was going to say, Jake is delayed on the ding. How do you delay the ding on that one, Jake?
No, something tried to censor me.
Yeah, you're trying to blame the computer. Good job. Okay. All right, you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. If the president can no longer serve, the vice president becomes president. If they both cannot serve, who's next in line for the presidency?
The Speaker of the House.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this very question. 13 original states, 13 original colonies. Can you name, I don't know. I'm going to make it tough for you because it's Friday. How about 5 of them?
Let's go New York, New Jersey, Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania.
You said Ohio? No.
Ohio?
Yeah, no. You said Ohio. Yeah, no, that is incorrect. Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Georgia, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Maryland, South Carolina, New Hampshire, Virginia, New York, North Carolina, Rhode Island. But that's okay. Ohio's a great state. Okay, moving on. Let's see if you get a master's degree on this very question. Can you give me 2 rights or freedoms we have in the First Amendment? First Amendment, give me 2 rights or freedoms.
The right to bear arms and freedom of speech.
Well, the right to bear arms, that's the second amendment. So the First Amendment would be, I know there's a lot of...
Freedom of speech, freedom of the press.
Can we give it to him after the fact because he was distracted? Okay, yes, Jake says we can give it to you today because it's Jake Day, and he's pretty much as checked out as I'm starting to feel like you are. And it's just it's the beginning of the day, so that's not a good thing. All right, Matt. Well, listen, I appreciate you having some fun with us and playing, and hopefully you're heading someplace good.
Thank you, buddy. Have a great day.
All right, back at you. And Matt doesn't want to let us know where he's going. That was sort of like a subtle hint to let me know where you were going. Do my subtle hints not work anymore?
I think he's like a secret spy or something.
He's a secret spy. Isn't that like the same thing? He doesn't have to be a secret spy.
And this is why I don't talk.
Yeah, I was just going to say, because if you were an open spy, that would be a really bad thing. I'll tell you, that would be something like the Obama administration would do, right? To have an open spy. All right. That's not really true. It's either the Obama or Biden administration. They do. Okay, 239-479-5592. We'll take a break. When we come back, look, Americans have further soured on Vice President Kamala Harris. I didn't know that was possible, but according to the New York Post, 55% of participants believe the vice president is not qualified or not qualified at all to become the president. They don't like her too much. I didn't know they liked her before. Even the Democrats didn't like her before. They kicked her out of the primaries long before. Okay, so you've got that. Also, some other news that is going on. We have to talk about how much this administration knew about all the things that are going on right now, specifically with Afghanistan and some of the breaking news from yesterday about the fact that they knew that they had all kinds of evidence, the State Department did, warnings about a collapse in Afghanistan, and who would make sure that didn't see the light of day, and why not? And some of the other questions people have about the feckless administration. So we'll get to that. And just to let you know, some more issues with mask mandates, the governor being asked about that again. We keep going through this over and over. And some more stats on that. Yeah, we'll talk about that coming up.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Right now, millions of Americans have an uneasy feeling about the future. That's why they're quietly stockpiling as much emergency food as they can. What about you? Do you have enough emergency food to get you through a prolonged crisis? If not, take a moment to shop My Patriot Supply. We're America's leader in emergency preparedness and survival. Since 2008, we've served several million American families like yours. In fact, our mission is your survival. So head on over to MyPatriotSupply.com and grab a few of our tasty emergency food kits. Our food stays fresh for up to 25 years in storage and is shipped quickly and discreetly to your door. One day, you might be eating breakfast, lunch, or dinner while everyone else is standing in a food line. Avoid that. It's too late to act once the other shoe drops. It's time to be self-reliant and prepared, and now you can. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com. MyPatriotSupply.com.
I've been asked, did you plan on becoming the largest injury law firm in the world? And the answer is no. We set out to be focused on our clients and to have a commitment to trying cases and winning. And when you have those results at trial, you're able to settle most of your cases quickly and fairly. Hard work and client satisfaction was our plan. It worked. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Replace your AC today, go on a cruise tomorrow. Island Air wants to send you to the island. Matt here from Island Air of Southwest Florida with some great news.
Decisions. Do I buy an air conditioner? Do I take a vacation? For a limited time, Island Air is offering you both in one package.
Call us today to find out more details on how to claim your voucher. Call 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 057544.
You heard us right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
What will President Biden say today about Afghanistan? I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Before that speech later on, more Republicans are questioning his ability to do the job.
I think he is early stages of dementia.
I think that he'll resign, or I think his own party will remove him with the 25th Amendment as the days advance.
Congressman Tim Burchett and Ronnie Jackson, as a lot of Democrats had said the same thing about President Trump. Thousands of Americans and Afghans who helped us keep waiting outside Kabul's airport trying to get out, including Saber Shah Dawadzai, who tells Fox.
Everyone is thinking, especially those girls who were in social activities and human rights activities, and they are just waiting to be killed by Taliban.
The president has said they didn't know the Taliban would rise up so fast, but...
About 24 State Department officials at the embassy in Kabul warned Secretary of State Antony Blinken last month about a potential collapse of the Afghan government soon after an August 31st deadline to withdraw U.S. troops.
Fox's Jared Halpern. Amid a surge of migrants at the border that grew again last month, Republicans call that a crisis. One Trump-era policy President Biden got rid of is coming back by court order. Fox's Rachel Sutherland has more live.
Dave, the Remain in Mexico policy will be implemented after an appeals court refused to delay a judge's order reinstating the rule. On his first day in office, the president signed an executive order suspending the policy that requires asylum seekers to await hearings in Mexico. Missouri and Texas opposed the move, saying the Biden administration failed to go through proper procedures to end it. The Justice Department argued President Biden has clear authority to determine immigration policy. Dave?
Rachel, San Francisco's latest city to require people to show COVID vaccine proof to dine out or go to the movies or other indoor activities starting today. And Oregon is the latest state to require teachers and all school staff to get vaccinated. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News traffic.
Good morning. Still tracking major backups westbound on Daniels Parkway near Treeline Avenue because of a crash. Coming out of Gateway, you may want to take either Colonial Boulevard or State Road 82, but Colonial's getting backed up near the Forum as well. We're dealing with a disabled vehicle on Corkscrew Road and 3 Oaks Parkway in Estero, and a crash on Bonita Bay Boulevard at 41 in Bonita Springs. No injuries there. Doesn't look like too much in the way of delays as well. Heading out through Collier County, I've got a crash right at Golden Gate Boulevard and 31st Street Northwest, seeing just some slight slowdowns at that intersection, especially in the westbound direction, and another at Collier Boulevard and 1st Street West, causing a little bit of a delay. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another hot and humid day in the forecast as highs get back into the mid-90s this afternoon. That humidity is going to make it feel like we're in the triple digits, though, during peak heating. We'll see partly cloudy skies build into isolated thunderstorms, a few scattered along the coastline. Those will eventually push inland as the day moves on. We'll see those rain chances ramp up into the weekend on Saturday and Sunday before dropping into the middle of next week. Highs will be above average all the way throughout the upcoming work week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
Does 92.5 Fox News have a live stream? You bet. Go to rightallalong.net.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to manufacture and install your windows. Only New South offers true factory direct windows to you. Only New South has award-winning windows that are made and designed specifically for our Florida weather. Every single New South window is custom manufactured just for your home. These are high-performance, energy-efficient windows, and now you can buy 2 windows and get the third absolutely free. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com or call for your factory direct pricing.
Call now, 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
In business, it's never just another day. Every day is the day that could bring your biggest order yet, or a new cyber threat. Whatever the day holds, with Comcast Business, you'll be prepared. With a network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses, Comcast Business Security Edge to help protect your connected devices, and a dedicated team available 24/7. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a fast and reliable internet and voice solution for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Or ask about our best deal on a gig speed bundle with a $500 prepaid card. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com to learn more. Offer requires enrollment in paperless billing and autopay through My Account. Ends 9/19/21. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 35 megabits per second internet and 1 voice line. Early termination fee applies. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change.
Hey, Sean Hannity here for DeVoe Cadillac. Now, you all know Cadillac is synonymous with quality. In fact, it has been the icon of American-made luxury vehicles for over 100 years. Now, DeVoe Cadillac has been in business for over 50 of those years. Now, they serve Southwest Florida as a family-owned and operated business. They've done it the whole time. The DeVoe family has embraced the same commitment to quality that Cadillac represents. Listen, I could drive whatever I like, and guess what? I choose Cadillac again and again and again because I love my Escalade. I really enjoy the comfort, I enjoy the safety, the style, and that's why, let's see, I've already purchased over 10 Cadillacs in my life, and my go-to dealer in Southwest Florida is DeVoe Cadillac. Now, I know they're going to take great care of you and your new Cadillac with expert service from the people who know it best. Get to know our friends at DeVoe Cadillac, your Cadillac dealer right here in Naples.
The pain level was over 10. There's days where I just sat and cried and asked the good Lord to take me. And my doctor recommended that I go to Good Feet and try the arch supports. So I put the arch supports in and took about 3-4 steps. Turned around and went and sat back down and started to cry. It was the first time that I had no pain.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Dave actually live the life they envision without their feet getting in the way.
Since then, I've been doing so many things with my children. I went hiking this last summer with my daughter, something that I never thought was possible because I couldn't walk. There's people out there that made a product that changed people's lives. I am not an actor. I am an individual father and wanted to share his testimony with other people out there about my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. The talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. Thank you so much for watching the program and subscribing to the podcast. And all you have to do is go to your favorite podcast location. You type in Drew Steele. We are there. Please subscribe. And you can go to drewsteele.com if you just want to click on a link, and it's there as well. Hey, we're going to get to your calls on this Jake Day, which means most people, well, it means that Jake has been checked out for about 3 hours now, so he's already celebrating the weekend, and maybe you are as well, whatever you want to talk about. A lot of people have been calling this morning, so we're going to get to your calls coming up. whatever is on your mind. And, for this hour, I think I'm just going to skim some of the headlines because there's so much that's out there that I wanted to get to. And so I thought, well, you know what? We'll do that. Mike Opelka will be joining us at the bottom of the hour because it's Friday. And so he always gets a chance to join us. We're looking forward to that as well. All right. So a couple of the stories that I'm keeping an eye on. One of them has to do with how far people are willing to go. How far is society willing to go to make sure that you are vaccinated? And again, I don't know what you think about vaccination. I'm not here to argue the efficacy or anything else when it comes to vaccination and whether you should or should not, and whether, it's your personal decision. And if you're talking about the efficacy and even some of the questions today that we are finding out from the CDC director, Rochelle Walensky, who is now saying that there's data that is citing waning protection against mild and moderate illness from the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines more than 6 months after inoculation. That is from Reuters, like I said. And they're talking about boosters being made available September 20th, and how Walensky is talking about these booster shots because they're discovering now about this increase in illnesses. I'm just, bringing all of this up. And I guess, do I have some of that audio from yesterday when she talked about this?
Additionally, reports from our international colleagues, including Israel, suggest increased risk of severe disease amongst those vaccinated early. Given this body of evidence, we are concerned that the current strong protection against severe infection, hospitalization, and death could decrease in the months ahead.
All right. So there's evidence that is showing that the decrease in efficacy of the vaccine, if you had a chance to take it very early on in the process, could explain a lot of what we've been seeing, the concerns about how it does not necessarily help when it comes to the Delta variant. This is something that they've been talking about. But that's not where I want to go with this quickly. I want to go here. How far are people willing to go to say, you get vaccinated or else? Well, two stories that popped up. One of them is about an individual in Washington state, a 64-year-old heart patient who now has been removed from the transplant list for refusing the vaccine. University of Washington Medical Center, taking this person off because of the refusal. And the doctor called him. He had a disagreement over mask use, and there's been some issues there. And then ultimately, this individual needs a heart transplant, and they say no. We hear stories about the university who is now going to punish unvaccinated students by cutting off their internet. Connecticut's Quinnipiac University is helping adolescents volunteer for vaccinations, and the way to do it is to make sure that you get a chance to get paid, and if you don't do it, then we're going to cut off your internet. Again, I'm just asking, oftentimes it feels like, the walls are closing in for a lot of people, and these are just stories that I'm bringing up. And again, when it comes to vaccinations and some of what we're hearing and the concerns of many about liberty and freedom and choice and how that is quickly going away. That's one story. Oh, by the way, Mark's in North Fort Myers. He's been holding patiently. I want to get to his call. Mark, how are you this morning?
Not too bad, Drew. Yourself?
All right. What's on your mind?
I just wanted to thank you for calling it the Biden administration, because I've been doing that since he was elected. It's not a Biden administration. And technically it's not Obama, but it is. It's Obama's third term. So I appreciate you calling it that.
Yeah, I've been calling it that today, and thanks for the call. I've been calling it that because there have been a lot of Obama retreads, individuals that are in the Biden administration, and we might as well call it O'Biden, especially on the heels of the story of the leaked State Department memo warning of an Afghanistan collapse, and Secretary of State Anthony Blinken knew it. 24 State Department officials at the U.S. Embassy in Kabul warned of a potential collapse following the 31st troop withdrawal. The Wall Street Journal had this story, so they knew 23 U.S. Embassy staffers, all Americans, signed off on this cable. It was a rush status given under the circumstances in Kabul. And what they are hearing on the ground, Anthony Blinken. And I called it the Biden administration because when...
I hope that...
Excuse me, sorry there. Okay. Because when you hear that even in 2014, of all people, John McCain called Anthony Blinken dangerous to America in 2014, getting ready to be the Deputy Secretary of State.
President, I rise to discuss my opposition to the pending vote concerning Mr. Tony Blinken, who is not only unqualified, but in fact, in my view, one of the worst selections of a very bad lot that this president has chosen.
2014, the Obama administration getting ready to bring in Secretary of State nominee at the time, Deputy Secretary of State nominee at the time, Anthony Blinken, called him dangerous to America. I don't want to say it kind of feels that way right now, but so that's why I've been saying the Biden administration. And I know many of you have recognized this. And some of the calls of even the mainstream, the fake news outlets, the legacy outlets who are even pushing back against what we are witnessing because there's nothing else you can do. We're all seeing it together in real time. You can't escape it. You have a president who's telling us now that the Taliban's changed. They're completely different. It's not the same, everybody.
What happens now in Afghanistan? Do you believe the Taliban have changed?
No. let me put it this way. I think they're going through sort of an existential crisis about, do they want to be recognized by the international community as being a legitimate government?
Do you think so? Do you think the Taliban are sitting around in all of these years, decades, and they're just kind of hanging out, and they're, kids are off playing, and maybe some food's being cooked in the kitchen, and they're kind of sitting around at a table, and they're like, gosh, guys, maybe we've been wrong this whole time. The international community doesn't really like us too much. Maybe we should do something about changing that. There's a lot of people who don't necessarily identify by their gender. And I saw that flag not too long ago. It's a rainbow flag. It's a good-looking flag out there not too recently, not too long ago. Maybe we should start to consider all of these different things. I don't know. What do you think? Yeah, I'm not buying it. That's just me. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, by the way, Joe Biden called another lid. In other words, we're not going to be doing a whole lot today and heading back on vacation, as we hear. So the work not getting done. Kamala Harris is nowhere to be found, as we talked about just before the top of the hour. She's got radio silence right now on what's going on in Afghanistan after the fine work she's done along the border. And according to Rasmussen, 55% of likely voters say the former senator from California is either not qualified or not at all qualified to assume the duties of the presidency. By contrast, 43% consider Harris qualified or very qualified. These numbers are going down for both Kamala Harris and Joe Biden quickly. So we keep an eye on that story as well. And when we come back, let's take a break right now. There's a lot more to talk about with the woke that is out there. Why is Chuck Schumer rapping? Did you know that Chuck Schumer can rap? We haven't devolved into that point, have we? Oh, yes, we have. Yeah, there's audio, too, of it. And just stay there. When we come back, we'll play the audio and then ask the question why. Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along. DrewSteele.com, the website, if you want to go to check out the show or certainly subscribe to the podcast. Trace O'Shea has your traffic.
A busy morning commute underway right now. We've got a crash we're watching on Gateway Boulevard and Commerce Lakes Drive. And just off of there, still have major westbound backups on Daniels Parkway because of a crash farther to the west over at Treeline Avenue, causing a lot of westbound delays, injuries reported in that crash. And now seeing a disabled vehicle also reported at Daniels Parkway and Gateway Boulevard. So messy morning along that corridor. We also are keeping an eye on a disabled vehicle at Colonial Boulevard blocking an eastbound left lane along Colonial approaching Metro Parkway. In Collier County, dealing with a crash in Golden Gate Estates, Golden Gate Boulevard West and 31st Street Northwest. And in East Naples, a crash along the East Trail with injuries right near Palm Drive. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
And good morning, Southwest Florida. Temperatures return to the mid-90s today. Another hot and humid day in the forecast with scattered thunderstorms forming in the afternoon. Those will be on the lower side later today, but we'll see those rain chances ramp up into the weekend with partly cloudy skies making way to thunderstorms for both Saturday and Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's financial planner. For experience, advice on planning for retirement, visit savingtheinvestor.com.
First class air conditioning. Our name says it all.
Opportunity is knocking at First Class Air Conditioning. Are you looking for a trade? Apprenticeship opportunities available. Good customer skills required. Please call 239-574-2500. That's 574-2500.
First class air conditioning. Our name says it all.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach. Did you know that state legislatures have the power to redraw district boundaries for every member of Congress and every member of the state legislature? We do this based on the census that is required every 10 years. In Florida, that process is regulated by the Fair Districting Act, amended on the Florida Constitution in 2010. It requires that district lines are not drawn to favor one political party, that districts are compact, and that they follow geographic boundaries. Due to our exploding population from people fleeing liberal lockdown states, Florida will receive a new congressional seat, while socialist states like California and New York are losing seats. This proves that people are choosing freedom. The process begins this fall, and the final maps will be voted on during our session early next year. This is State Representative Spencer Roach. You can count on me to keep you updated as things unfold, and I'm counting on you to help keep Florida red, because I'm not tired of winning. Stay tuned and stay engaged. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach, P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
License number CCC 1333045.
Storm safety starts at the top. When the wind and rain come, count on Crown Residential Services to make certain your roof is storm ready. After all, it should never rain inside your house. Crown offers repairs, replacement, free estimates, and the Crown Guard maintenance program, so you can be prepared and stay prepared. Is your roof ready? Not sure? Count on Crown. Call 855-CROWN-55. That's 855-CROWN-55. Make sure your biggest investment is absolutely protected. Call 855-CROWN-55.
The economy's up, unemployment is down, and home sales are on the rise again.
Hey, I'm Tom.
I'm Dick. And I'm Harry.
And we're real estate agents.
Well, it looks like it's that time of year again, where every Tom, Dick, and Harry thinks they can sell real estate.
If you want a qualified and experienced team to sell your home, call the Morrison Renault team with United Real Estate Infinity. Call 239-246-7859. That's 239-246-7859.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. You can go there to watch the program live right now, and you can subscribe to the podcast. The link is there as well. Hey, a reminder, don't forget about this. This is so important. Again, it's about showing up. Next Thursday, August 26th, 6 p.m. at the Estero Rec Center. August 26th, 6 p.m., Estero Rec Center. It is Congressman Byron Donalds. He's going to be holding a town hall and wants everybody to be there. And it's a chance for you to ask any question you want of the congressman. And I think it's important because, once again, We've got a big election coming in 22 and 24, certainly. And listen, the community has questions. You always have questions. And it's good to see that we have a congressman who is willing to take the tough questions and hear from you one-on-one. So an opportunity for you to be there, I think it's an important one, especially these days. We need more communications with our representatives, not less. August 26th, 6 p.m., the Stero Rec Center. That is a town hall, and Congressman Byron Donald's putting that on. So be there for that. All right, why is Chuck Schumer rapping? What's going on with rap lately with the issues with just about anything that's out there right now? Lately, all of a sudden, did you hear this? Chuck Schumer's rapping. Listen to this. Listen.
Hey, Chuck, do you know how to, you got the bars, Chuck?
Here comes Chuck.
We got the music. We got it all. We are the Browns. How's everybody feeling out here?
I'm not feeling any good now. I was feeling fine, and there was a big rap concert going on in the Bronx, and there comes Chuck Schumer, and he's like, "Hey, Chuck, what do you have to say?" And he's holding it looked like he was holding a clipboard with his pants up to his chest, and up there on the stage with a clipboard. And I don't know what he said. Does it really matter? Chuck Schumer's rapping on the stage. He's with because everybody knows that. Well, I don't know what everybody knows about Chuck Schumer and his rap prowess. And then for some reason, MSNBC did the same thing the other day when talking about the issues of COVID and ICUs. And did you hear this, Jake?
COVID's dangerous. It's lethal. It's a bit like the beef Notorious B.I.G. used to rap about when he said, beef is when your moms ain't safe up in the streets. Beef is when I see you, guaranteed to be in ICU. Well, when COVID sees you, you can end up in ICU. Maybe not at the same rate as Biggie's beef, but that's the point about risk. You don't want to test these streets and risk ending up in the ICU.
Is that what he meant when he was rapping like that? Come on. Just say, go open the mic. Just do it. His head exploded so much right now. His mask on his face just popped off. It just literally just popped off. It ripped off his ears. You know how they hook around the ears? It just literally ripped off his ears, and it's what?
Everyone can see through what they're trying to do.
I mean, not sure what the purpose of that was, or yeah. So there you go. Everybody wants to get in everybody wants to get in the rap game, Jake.
And this is the most disturbing thing I've ever seen.
What is it?
Chuck Schumer.
Oh, you're actually watching it while he's on the stage, right? It's pretty bad, right?
We got the music. We got it all. We got it all.
It's pretty funny looking when you see the video.
It's pretty bad.
And he comes out and, how he's offbeat, the beats that, and he comes out and he's like his ankles are breaking, trying to keep ice. But give him credit. At least he wasn't holding his ears. Right? He didn't have his fingers in his ears when he was playing. So you don't want to embarrass him. All right. Top 5 audio clips of the day coming up the 5 at 8:35. That's on the way. And we'll get more into the latest that's out there when it comes to the feckless Biden administration in Afghanistan. We got the French and the British going into Kabul, getting their citizens back to the airport to get them to safety and then get them out of the country. How are we doing with that? Would it shock you if there are Democrats that are like, we're not going back for them? That's ridiculous. Oh, you'll hear the audio. See for yourself.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Collier County residents, are you prepared for hurricane season? Get ready by bringing hazardous waste to a recycling drop-off center. Hurricane season has arrived, and the Solid and Hazardous Waste Management Division is here to help you prepare. Protect your home, family, and the environment from dangerous hazardous waste. Bring items like paint, gasoline, and batteries to a recycling center for environmentally safe disposal. Be prepared by cleaning out your home, yard, and garage. Bring items like propane tanks, oil, and electronics to a recycling center near you. Visit one of Collier County's recycling centers located in Naples, Marco Island, North Collier, northeast of Immokalee, and at the landfill. Recycling centers are open Monday to Saturday from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. While you can drop off most items for free, small fees may apply for certain items. For more information on our rates and material accepted, visit colliercountyfl.gov/recycles or call 252-7575. That's 252-7575. Be prepared for hurricane season by bringing your hazardous waste to a recycling center near you.
Hey, so AMCO of Bonita Springs is now hiring. That's right. If you're an experienced automotive technician interested in working at a great repair shop who is also an amazing local conservative business, and Kevin and Todd want to talk to you. So one of their techs is moving away in a couple of weeks, so they have a full-time position to fill. And you've heard me talk about AMCO of Bonita Springs for many years now. And I can tell you they have a great local reputation for doing good work. And they also have an awesome customer base. It's been established over the past 13 years. So give them a call at 239-992-2626 so you can arrange to meet with them. That's 239-992-2626. Let them know you heard about it right here on 92.5 Fox News and Drew Steele. And they'll be sure to have you work on Jake's car the next time he breaks something. AMCO of Bonita Springs is the best. So why not give them a call? 992-2626. That's 239-992-2626. They are the best. AMCO of Bonita Springs.
Dr. Shane Walker here at Thrive Chiropractic and host of the Wellness Hour on 92.5 Fox News for nearly 20 years. And let's face it, many of us are really stressed right now, and that is creating an increase in the number of folks who are dealing with neck pain, headaches, tension across the upper mid-back, anxiety and nervousness. And if you haven't experienced the release of tension that a chiropractic adjustment can produce within your nervous system, go to thrivenaples.com. That's Thrive, Thrive, Naples.com for a special offer. That's thrivenaples.com.
Replace your AC today, go on a cruise tomorrow. Island Air wants to send you to the island. Matt here from Island Air of Southwest Florida with some great news.
Decisions. Do I buy an air conditioner? Do I take a vacation? For a limited time, Island Air is offering you both in one package.
Call us today to find out more details on how to claim your voucher. Call 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 057544.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. Some travel curbs getting extended by the U.S., which announced that closures of land borders with Canada and Mexico to non-essential travel will continue for another month. The surge in COVID cases also affecting some company schedules.
IBM is temporarily closing offices in New York City because of rising COVID cases. The locations will be open for essential staff only. Its September 7th date to return to the office has not changed for locations outside of New York.
Fox's Ginny Kosola. And the crush to leave Afghanistan continues.
Pentagon spokesman John Kirby tells Fox,
"We want to get as many people out of Kabul as we can."
Taliban leaders have reportedly been trying to convince religious leaders in the country to persuade their followers to not leave Afghanistan.
Fox's Jill Nato. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
A busy morning commute underway right now. We've got a crash we're watching on Gateway Boulevard and Commerce Lakes Drive. And just off of there, still have major westbound backups on Daniels Parkway because of a crash farther to the west over at Treeline Avenue, causing a lot of westbound delays. Injuries reported in that crash. And now seeing a disabled vehicle also reported at Daniels Parkway and Gateway Boulevard. So a messy morning along that corridor. We also are keeping an eye on a disabled vehicle at Colonial Boulevard blocking an eastbound left lane along Colonial approaching Metro Parkway. In Collier County, dealing with a crash in Golden Gate Estates, Golden Gate Boulevard West and 31st Street Northwest. And in East Naples, a crash along the East Trail with injuries right near Palm Drive. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another hot and humid day in the forecast as highs get back into the mid-90s this afternoon. That humidity is going to make it feel like we're in the triple digits, though, during peak heating. We'll see partly cloudy skies build into isolated thunderstorms, a few scattered along the coastline. Those will eventually push inland as the day moves on. We'll see those rain chances ramp up into the weekend on Saturday and Sunday before dropping into the middle of next week. Highs will be above average all the way throughout the upcoming work week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
The news you need, the host you trust, getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. You've heard me say we're the working and retired person's country club. This means coming in for a meal, a drink, or with a party, and we will obtain your complete satisfaction with our food, service, and value. We strive for excellence with your service experience and our food. So on the rare occasion we fall short, tell us and we'll fix it. Plus, at Stevie Tomatoes, there are no pretenses, no attitudes, high prices, or rushing you in or out. Come relax, enjoy yourself, and be yourself. At Stevie's, we love meeting the men and women who currently and in the past work hard to make America great. We appreciate their values, honesty, industriousness, and affection for this great country. So head to Stevie's, where we strive for excellence in everything we do. I guarantee it. In Naples, Fort Myers, and Cape Coral. Come, come, come.
Stevie Tomatoes, sports page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
I'm Harvey Massey. At Massey Services, we know every lawn is unique and requires customized care. That's why our environmental approach includes aeration, which allows water and nutrients to reach the roots of your lawn, as well as an irrigation program, which ensures proper coverage and reduces water waste. With Massey's Green Up program, you'll enjoy a healthy and a beautiful lawn year-round. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Hi, Stuart Duncan here from Duncan's Diamonds. Now through the end of August, we're offering 60-month financing, so you can pick out any item, get the guaranteed best value and the best price, and spread your payments over 60 months.
Yes, it's a great month to come to Duncan's Diamonds. You will find the largest selection of diamonds and jewelry, access to thousands of jewelry styles. You will find 5 times the selection you would find in an ordinary jewelry store. Maybe you need a shop for Christmas early gift. Do not wait until the last minute. Or maybe you're getting engaged in the fall or upgrading her diamond.
Whatever the reason, we got you covered with the best selection and best prices. Take advantage of our incredible summer finance offer, 60-month payments. Indulge without breaking the bank. Come, celebrate your love with us and have a little more sparkle in your life.
Best price guarantee, low monthly payment, and a spectacular gift from Duncan's Diamonds. It is worth the drive to Duncan's Diamonds, Naples at Mercado, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Fort Myers on US 41.
You finally reached your savings goal, but how much will you really spend in retirement? Basic question. But more than 1/3 of retirees underestimated their spending. And you know taxes will impact what you've set aside. You're smart enough to know you don't have all the answers. You're also smart enough to know where to get help. It's time to put things in order with a fee-only fiduciary. Click the Get Started button at annexwealth.com. One team, one plan, one fee. Annex Wealth Management.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. Just go to your favorite podcast location and you type in Drew Steele, and there you go. There I am. Or you can just go to the website, drewsteele.com, and there's a link there so you can subscribe. Time for the top 5 audio clips of the day. Here we go. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Drew's 5 at 8:35. Number 5.
How many American citizens remain in Afghanistan?
I don't know.
Exactly how many Americans are left behind in Afghanistan?
Well, Nora, the U.S. government doesn't actually know the precise answer to that question.
How do you not know the precise answer to that question? Again, feckless or something else. That is John Kirby, who's the Pentagon spokesperson, not once but twice asked the question, and it continues over and over and over again. How many Americans do we have there? How many Americans? They don't even know how many are there. How could you not know how many Americans are there in Afghanistan right now and how many need to be saved? It seems almost impossible or feckless.
Number 4. Yesterday, the Taliban held a press conference where they claimed they intend to allow women to work and study, but only within what they called their, quote, frameworks. The United States and the international community will be vigilant in monitoring how any future government in Afghanistan ensures the rights and freedoms that women and girls in that country have come to expect.
Just in case you were worried that the State Department was going to walk away, or the Secretary of State or anybody would be walking away from this idea of woke, of inclusion, especially there at the State Department. Ned Price talked about how the Taliban has to be inclusive. We've got to be inclusive. There is the deputy the deputy Secretary of State yesterday, who just wants the Taliban to know that they're looking for gender equality there in Afghanistan, and we've got our eye on you. Hey, can you have your eye on how many Americans are actually there in Afghanistan and how we get them out? Can you put your eyes someplace else right now?
Number 3.
I hate Donald Trump. I'm going to say it. I don't care what y'all think. Trump sucks. He is a sexual predator. He's a literal moron. Go tattle on me to the freaking admin. They don't give a crap.
Hey, just in case you're wondering why we need to have cameras in the classroom, there is number 9,742 in the list of reasons why we need to have cameras and microphones in our schools. That is a Utah teacher who is saying all of these things about Donald Trump to a class and doesn't care if you go to the admin. Oh, and by the way, your parents are dumb as well. Yeah, we're going to get to that audio because that's part of what she said as well. And how would you know? What would you rather do? Would you rather have your kids trying to concentrate on how close their phone is so that they can grab it at a moment like this and be able to show what the teachers are doing in the classroom, not really concentrating too much on the lesson plan that's in front of them, which is what they should be concentrating on, or maybe to have a camera and a microphone in the classrooms because it's a public building and public employees, and so we should be able to do this. And this way, we wouldn't have to have our kids worrying about that kind of thing. I might make the suggestion that might be a really good idea. I'm going to push on that.
Number 2.
Hillsborough County voted that last night to keep that mask mandate in place. Where's your response to that?
Well, what they voted to, they didn't vote to just keep what they voted to do. They had allowed the parents to make the decision and have an ability to opt out. And that's how school started. They reneged on that and basically took the decision out of the parents' hands. So there's parents who are sending their kids to school in ways that they thought was the most healthy for their kids, particularly these little kids, kindergartners, first graders, and they basically took that away from the parents. And so my view is that the parents understand what's best for their kids. Some of these kids, particularly young kids, first of all, they don't even wear the mask properly. I mean, let's just be honest here. A kindergartner is not going to wear it even properly.
They just can't stop. They can't stop. It's a press conference there with actually, it was a stop by the governor yesterday. And once again, the press over and over and over and over again in the obsession of the White House and the obsession of people here that report on the governor in the state about mask and mask mandates, and that's the only question they want to ask of the governor and keep pushing this idea. It's almost as if the mask mandate is the biggest issue that they can go to because maybe you have a pretty good state and it's run pretty well, and you really don't have any place else to go. Hey, Trump!
Number one. Well, first of all, I think my colleague, with whom I have enormous respect, is absolutely wrong. We're going to send American troops into the heart and into the suburbs and into the streets of Kabul to extract people. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Listen, I don't want you to be alarmed because there's certainly an explanation for this. I mean, why would a Democrat, member of the House Armed Services Committee, say that U.S. military should not provide safe passage for Americans, that it's ridiculous, that pretty much you're on your own? I mean, there's got to be an explanation for this, right? I mean,
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Who would say this? Who would suggest this? Who would possibly suggest that it's not worth it? Yeah, I know they're American citizens, but listen, you got to find your way. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is just a ridiculous thing for you to consider. Who would say that? Well, a Democrat would certainly say that. That is a Democrat from California, John Garamendi. He doesn't have a problem going to CNN and saying this. I don't hear any other Democrats that are saying anything like this is an outrage. How dare he bring this up? A remarkable statement by him, considering he is a member of the House Armed Services Committee. But look, I probably took it out of context. I mean, later on in this 1-minute clip, he probably clarifies the statement, right? I mean, he's got an opportunity.
We do control the airport. We should continue to do that as long as it takes to extract as many people as possible. But to provide safe passage from parts of a huge city, no way, not sensible.
It's just not sensible. So you have a Democrat who thinks that getting you out of a country, getting you out of danger safely as an American is it's not sensible. I don't hear a whole lot of people that are going after this Democrat House member. It's a pretty outrageous thing to say. I know yesterday, again, on the heels of the French and the British going out and going to get their citizens, tactical teams, raids, going out and getting them and bringing them to the airport safely, but for some reason we can't. And this Democrat member of the House is like, yeah, you know, whatever. Even Brett Baer yesterday was asking Pentagon spokesperson John Kirby the same question.
Our goal is to get as many people out as fast as we can.
Yeah, but is there a deal with the Taliban that restricts U.S. forces to the airport?
No. There's no deal that restricts forces to the airport, but, Brett, that's where the mission is. The troops are there for really two things. One, to keep that airport safe and secure for people and for flight operations. And two, to make sure that those flight operations can go as unimpeded as possible with as few delays.
No, I understand,
as many aircraft as we can get on.
But if the British can take their paratroopers and they can get in vehicles and go get their people.
And they're doing that, right?
And get them to the airport. Yeah. Why can't the U.S. do that? If there is a deal with the Taliban to provide safe passage, why is it left to the Americans outside of that ring to get there on their own? Why can't...
Let me just stop for a second. You might even suggest that who gives a snot about even an agreement with the Taliban? If you're an American citizen and you're in danger and you're in Afghanistan and we have an opportunity to get you, we go get you. It's dangerous, but we go get you. We don't leave you behind because it's dangerous.
Can't we send vehicles to go get them?
We have not seen any great impediments to the safe passage that the Taliban have agreed to facilitate. Americans are getting through those checkpoints, and they are getting onto the base on the airfield, and they are being flown out of Kabul.
No. They're not getting there. That's the point. The point that he's trying to make, and the point that everybody is saying is that there's thousands of people that are not getting to the airport. We're trying to get them to the airport. Actually, we don't even know how many. I say thousands. I know there are thousands that want to get out of the airport that are there now, but you have to assume that they're there. You know that they're there, right? You can't say how many, but you know that they're there. The suggestion that you can't do this is not acceptable. The answer from a Democrat member of the House Armed Services Committee that, so listen, sorry, it's not in no way, it's not sensible to go try to get you when other countries are doing it, is not an answer. And ultimately what this is, and what is so important is very simple and it's very fundamental. And you know it and I know it, and it's this. We have men and women who serve every day, real heroes in this country, serving this country, that are now in more perilous a position than they were yesterday and the day before and the day before that because of the situation that's going on here. The world is watching. Everybody sees what's happening. China is watching. What happens when China wants to take Taiwan? What do you think that this president is going to do? What do you think this feckless State Department and the Secretary of State and other, what are they going to say about this? What are they going to do? How is this going to work itself out? It's going to work itself out when we finally do something and we get out and we vote them out, certainly. But everybody sees what's happening. And that's what I care about. I care about our men and women serving and their safety and security and what they are doing and how they are being treated and how they're being treated on so many levels. Not just when they're out and deployed, but when they come home. And, I can't say it enough. And I know you feel the same way. I hope you feel the same way. If you've served this country, a veteran, you've served this country, you come home, you get whatever it is that you need. No questions asked. That's the way it should be. So I am certainly worried about the Americans that are still there. But ultimately, we do have men and women that are serving that are not as safe as they were because of what has happened with this administration. And that has to be said. 239-479-5592. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along. DrewSteele.com, the website if you want to watch, and the podcast as well if you want to click the link there and subscribe. We appreciate it. All right, let's find out how the remainder of the forecast is shaping up for today with Wink News meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
And good morning, Southwest Florida. Temperatures return to the mid-90s today. Another hot and